Alrighty, let's see how this works. What is RTK's houseplant's name in here? House. Alright. What's up? What is going on? I'm very on top of this. Everything's going quite well. I have not been distracted and running around in circles. And the sound check's good, so we're good. How is everybody? How is everybody doing? We have Tien in here. Tien, I think you're playing today. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're the Metal Vampire Casters. Hell yeah. So what are we doing? What are we doing? We have a little Lore of Magic tournament. I can take you over there. Left screen. Get away from the infinite void. So we have some people signed up. Logic's here, Saphir's here, Phoenix King, Malverde, Odium Brazel, Outer Region, No Cane, No Gain, Houseplant, Blitzen Slayer, Raging Sausage, Chatazza, AC Maiden, The Gentle Rat, Groon 59, myself, Tien, Cool Umbrella, and Blood Penguin. And what's going on with this tournament? You know a sub-faction speedrun kind of thing that Umbrella runs? Where you pick a sub-faction, you stick with them through the whole thing? It's like that, but a Lore of Magic. So I made a Excel spreadsheet, mapped out what factions have, what lore is available to them, tried to balance them as I could, because obviously dark magic for the Dark Elves, you only have Wood Elves and Dark Elves that have it, and since everything's a best of 3, you literally couldn't play them. But then there's Heaven's Magic, with I think has 4 factions, and that's viable, but it sucks. So what we did is we took some of them, like Heavens and High Magic, that had way less people and banded them together so that you could pick them. But anyway, I digress. So if you pick, for example, Death Magic, you can pick any of the factions you want. I have listed here what factions even have Death Magic, just to be nice. But the only spells, no matter what, no matter who you take as your caster, if they have a mixed lore of magic, whatever, you're only taking spells from the Lore of Death. So no Burning Head for you, no Regrowths, no Pendulums, you just get Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, Purple Sun, Soul Blight, Aspect of the Dread Knight, and something else. So it should be kind of fun. It should be nice to see people using different things, because what is very standard in the game right now is Burning Head and like Regrowth and that kind of stuff. But it really limits you when you don't have the option of both, right? So if I know you're fire, I know you're probably bringing Burning Head. I could bring single entity monsters that you can't deal with as easily. I can bring cheap infantry and that kind of thing. But on the opposite side, if I know you have, let's say, light magic, and even dark, honestly, you just have shit for wave clear. You have no Pendulum, you have no Dwellers Below, you have no Burning Head. I could actually get away with like Phoenix Guard, or I could get away with Storm Vermin, that kind of thing. So we're gonna see what it does. That's kind of the idea. This is a Skaven bias tournament. Well, it's best of 3, and I can only pick Skaven once, so I think we'll be okay. Now, I am against Groon 59. He has patiently waited for me to do my spiel, and I am on the top. And I took the Lore of Unique, and I'll explain that in a second. I will go Skaven, ban. He is the Lore of Fire, so I will ban Dark Elves and Chaos. I won't ban Beastmen. If he picks Beastmen with the Lore of Fire, he can't have a mage, and I feel like that's enough of an advantage. So, with the Lore of Uniques, it means the only spells I can take are from unique lores. Now, this is all 3 Skaven lores because they're specific, but let's say I wanted to play Greenskins. If I want to play Greenskins, I could take Orcs or Goblins because they have unique lores only accessible by this faction. But if I take the River Troll Hag, I can't take any of her... I can't take any of her death spells, because that's a generic thing. Azhag can't take any of his death spells, that kind of thing. And this tournament, just for fun, just because I had talked to some people about balance and they were worried about it. You're right. Where's the guess? Okay, yeah, you only get 1 ban. I forgot that because I was rambling at the stream. Because their factions are limited by their magic, so they're already at a disadvantage enough. You're right. You're right. I was distracted by YouTubes. That was perfectly spelled. Anyway, for this tournament, just for fun and to avoid complaints, we have the lore of Sigmar is unique. So that means if you have the lore of uniques, you can't take any wizards for the Empire, but you can take Volkmar and warrior priests and all that shit. And if you have a lore, let's say you have the lore of fire, you can take this guy if you want, but you can't take any of their quote-unquote spells, just because the Empire for some reason has a weird free lore. Anyway. Vladimir Shevchenko, hey, I found your channel through Turin. You have a nice voice and your videos are fun. Thanks, man. Thanks. That's good to hear. That brightens my day. Anyway, I will focus up for my opponent, and I will go Skaven. He's going Norska. Lovely. And I use screen blockers when other people are playing, but in my own tournaments I don't, because if someone's going to stream snipe me, then they're a dick. Well, yeah. So, I don't know. If they want to use stream sniping to beat me, they can. I'll just be mad. Let's go with my usual Norska build. Throt with all his goodies. We're on Schwarzhofen, so that's plenty of room for a Warp Lightning Cannon. Actually, why am I doing it manually? I could just load it. Skaven versus Norse 1 through 4. Let's go with 1. Oh, there's been a patch or two, so this is a little expensive. It's also a little dumb. Do we want Pestilent Breath or do we want Plague Monks? Let's go with Plague. Actually, I like Plague. Keep the lore passive, keep all that stuff. Throt's fine. Wolf Rats are fine, though I will cut 1 and get 2 Rat Ogres. Support the sides. We only need 1 Warp Lightning Cannon. 2 Poison Wind Globes is fine. Javelin Throwers. What to do about Javelin Throwers? Because they'll mess up Throt. And my Plague Priest. And my Rat Ogres. The Avalanche Mortars could deal with them very effectively. But the problem with that is if they don't bring Javelin Throwers, that's a useless unit. I think if I can swap out one of these for a mortar, I can be okay. Take more Clan Rat Spears. And we need to get as many spears as possible while fiddling with money. Is this going to be that important? Yeah, that'll be okay. 28 gold. Well, Clan Rats or Skaven Slave Spears. Probably Clan Rats. The upgrade's worth it. 3 gold spend's not bad. Schwarzhofen's a good map. This seems fine. Dude, Tiago, I know Throt sucks. I know he sucks. He's the bane of my existence. This is the one matchup. What? Okay. Sorry. Grombrindle sent me a weird bug. And now I'm getting a message. Hello, can spell abilities used by our Earthblood on Zotes? Bound spells can. Yes, yes. Too hard to moderate. Anyway, what are we talking about? What's Brittany Spears' favorite Skaven unit? I'm guessing this is a pun, Hammond, and you have something ready. Clan Rat Spears. Got it. Anyway, Outer Region and Popri, thanks for the nice comments. And Tiago, that's right, I was talking to you about Throt. Yeah, Throt sucks, except for in Norska. They are the rare combination of large units he can fight and low leadership units he can actually terror out. So he's good at countercharging skin wolves and terror routing them away from my line. He can also, if they have Wolfric on a Mammoth, he can pin him in place for a second or two and buy me a second. I used to take the Rattling Gunners because the Teethbreakers messed up Wolfric on a Mammoth. But the problem was is if they didn't take specifically Wolfric and on a Mammoth, they had a hard time paying for themselves. So I started cutting them from the build. But I used to like them a lot. Sounds a little too high. I was playing campaign before this. And then I didn't need to talk. So all of you need to back up and give me some space here. What does Grun have? Grun has 823. That is probably a skin wolf rush. So we'll stay thin. Warp lightning cannons can easily shoot over both of those units, so I'm not obstructing anything. Wolf rat, rat ogre, wolf rat, rat ogre. We will put clan rats up front because we need a little bit better infantry to hold. Give a nice layer. Skaven slaves on the far flanks and behind my Warp lightning cannons. Then we'll have slaves. I'll run them forward in a second. Anyway. Decent formation. No way in. Okay. You. Group. Those 3 slaves I need to run forward. I need to group ahead of everybody else and then get going. Ready. Good luck, have fun. You play only the campaign, but it's fun to watch multiplayer? Hell yeah, dude. I played campaign for like 3 years before I got into multiplayer at all. If you ever do want to get into multiplayer, I do have a video that gives some suggestions how to make that transition a little smoother than it otherwise might be. And one of the ways is playing campaign in a certain way that I won't go into here, but you can try to play campaign to get your skills ready for multiplayer. But at the same time, campaign's fun too, so who cares? Hey, nice hit on Shaman Sorcerer. I'll let him shoot one more volley at him. If they miss again, I gotta shift it. I have other things to do here. Okay. Yep, they didn't hit. So if the Manticores land anywhere in my actual formation, I'm just going to countercharge them with dogs and rat ogres. Usually that combo could take things out pretty effectively. Especially if Throt's nearby to give creature killer. Yep. Alright, so they're going to fuck off immediately. Throw a clan rat summon down to run in between. And where are the dogs? These dogs are behind me, kind of. Okay, throw on creature killer, just get rid of them. Okay, you can go get involved. Hopefully they haven't noticed just yet. We did a lot of damage to that Manticore. We gotta pull back just in case his next Manticore decides to dive in. I need to be there. And he is diving in, and we do want to be there. Come on, dogs. Rat ogres, stay there, fight the skin wolves, I guess. That's fine. Slaves, go here. Go behind on my micro a little bit. Can we throw a plague down before those guys break? That'd be great. So Throt is murdering the shit out of Manticores, which is great. Ickets is holding okay. These guys are going for it. Okay. We do need to come back and fight with this. Wolfric's already at half health, I believe, from pressure on. There we go. Pressure from our Icket Zap. Stay here and fight this. Wherever you two are, come back. We need you in the blob. Wow. Still firing. Go, Icket Zap, go. Plague Priest is surrounded. Honestly, sacrificing him isn't the worst thing in the world. I'll save my Rat Ogre summon for the late game if we need it. Other than that, I could use another Plague right in this area. That's looking pretty bad. Pull you back. Throt's still fighting. Where are my dog reinforcements? Get in. Damn, Marauders in there. Push through him if you can. Push through him if you can. Fuck it. Using the Rat Ogres now. Icket Zap still firing through all this nonsense. Alright, Rat Ogre's coming in. We're doing okay. I could use Poison Wind back online to deal with all these Marauders. Or we'll throw a Plague on top of them. Throw it. Keep them there. Keep them there. Yes! Die, Berserkers! Die! I love Plague. Alright, Dog's getting a rear charge. Rat Ogre's getting a rear charge as well. There's going to be a big old leadership break. Throt's fine on health, so I'm actually going to regrowth those rat ogres. Keep them healthy, keep them in the late game. All these units standing around somewhere. Come back. If you exist, come back. Pick it, Zap Zap has rallied. With that, I think we'll do okay. You stay here, just kill those unbreakable ones. I'll deal with everything else. Got him. Got him. Got him. Get back on your thing. Run over here. Army losses. Woo! That was stressful. But we did it. I think Plague carried us there. Best spell in the whole game. Fight me. So we didn't bring any Javs. Our Poison Wind Mortars. Ooh, and no Skirmish Cav. They really struggled to pay for themselves. But it could Zap Zap, and Throt did fine. And his just terror-causing presence was really nice. Armored Skin Wolves. Yeah, this is a spooky build. This is a spooky build from Gruen. I think if somehow the Bright Wizard had managed to dodge it could Zap Zap shots and Wolfric, because they took like half their health on the approach. If they hadn't gotten that much, I think they would have been a little more on the ball. Sorry, I got distracted by his bands. So what do we have? He's Lore of Fire. I'm Lore of Unique. You're Chaos then? And GG, well played. If he's Chaos, let's go Tomb Kings. Sure, Tomb Kings. So the only lore we can take is Lore of Nehekara, because I picked Unique. Map? I think we're on Estalian Tomb. Oh, okay. He's doing a different map set, but doesn't really matter to me. Bloodpine Woods works. Chaos and Tomb Kings. I mean, Cetra's always good. You could go DJ Kotep for Casket of Souls. But my only worry with that is if he doesn't bring Chaos Warriors or something I can shoot, I'm not going to get my... Oh, God, he's ready. Oh. Crap. Okay, Cetra. On your kitty. The Curse, we can skip that. We need the Lore of Nehekara. We'll keep the Wrath of Petra. I like Usep's Incantation, so I'll keep that. I do like that. That sucks. Okay. We'll get one Tomb Prince, put him on a horse, give him Guardian. You can keep Tomb Strike. And we'll skip all those things. Get our fill of chaff. Oops, one less. Get our armor sundering. ROR. Another archer to pressure. Skirmish Cav. I've heard chariots are good in this matchup now. Shop the Great Bow can never go wrong. And a catapult? That's a build. Kinda. I don't love it. I don't hate it. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. We won't keep the man waiting. My crowd clearing kind of sucks. I guess the chariots will have to do some good work on that. Screaming Skull Catapult will do fine if we have 3 hours, but I doubt this game will take 3 hours. Yeah, if he Chaos Warrior spams me, I'm going to be in real trouble. I have a very tired puppy next to me. And I'll finish my dinner from an hour ago. Alright. Once again, we have all of our shit together. We're very ready for what's going on today. He only has 828 units. I don't know if that's promising. Because if he has Chaos Warrior spam, I think it's about that. level. Hey, my cat's here. Alright. Gang's all here today. Oh, shit. I forgot he's the Lord of Fire, and I picked Tomb King, so... kind of countered myself on that one. Nothing a staggered formation can't fix. Stagger. Put some in reserve. Tomb Prince. Etc. You guys are going to be best buds and go everywhere together. And then we have Chariots. Perfect. I fucked that up a little bit. There we go. Ready, ready. Good luck. Have fun. Not feeling super confident about this one, lads. Marauders, Marauders. They're the Warriors. Warriors are in the back. Shopty, shoot at them for a little bit. Archers, you too. Are they throwing axes? Ah, fuck, they're throwing axes. Alright, my chariots don't want to go after them. That's annoying. Don't really know what to do about that at this moment. Their leadership's breaking enough. Maybe I can get in there. Is this skirmish mode on? Yeah, skirmish mode's on. Already a bit of a trouble there. Chosen! Alright, fuck up those Chosen. Nothing else matters. Dodge, please. Dodge, please. No! Didn't dodge. Okay. Alright. My armor sundering ROR is gone, but that's fine. This is bad. Countercharge Archaon, please. Pull through. Pull through. What did you get stuck on? You're a doof. Ushapti, stand your ground. You're big boys. You're big boys. Let Cetra come save you. Doom strike. Ooh, turn around. Get him, get him, get him. That Manticore's probably gonna run away. I don't give a shit about it. Whoops, 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 whoops. You're fighting big bad things and you're all dying. We'll blind Archaon quick. Throw this down just to nerf everybody in the area. Goon him! Kick his ass! Alright, Ushapti, you can pull back now that Cetra's not gonna come help you out. Oh, no! No! Stop it! Damn it. Alright, Cetra and Tomb Prince should probably not run straight into Chosen, so I will pull back. Get back on top of that. Put a Ushapti there. Take these chariots, try to trap up that Manticore, pull you slightly away from instant death. You two, slightly away from instant death. Ah, Cetra's back at it again. Those guys are dead, no point in helping them. I'll give you some physical resistance. Okay. You two go over here. Get that man. Get the bad man, please. Damn it. Skirmish cav here. Chariots go block, but I think it might be too late for us. I think we might be dead. Cetra's kitty. A kitty in the city. Doing his best. If I get my explosion, maybe the chariots will do okay versus those halberd guys. And that's not great. Alright, everything there is gonna die anyway. I don't give a shit about it. Fine, you wanna fight? We'll fight. Ow, kick my ass. I don't wanna fight. Rear charge with that. Everyone's dying, but we're pushing off the Manticore, so that's nice. Ow. If I can get back... Okay, I am in the Chaos Warriors, so I can blind them with my little Jew. This is bad. Okay. You stay here. I want you to come with me. That's probably dead. Those guys are about out of ammo. Can we shoot anything that's worth shooting? Chosen? That's good. I love shooting Chosen. Come back this way. Cetra cast this just to heal yourself, honestly. Archaon is kicking your ass, my dude. Ooh, and those throwing axes. That's GG. That is GG. I forgot this was tonight. Why didn't you warn me? I don't know. I don't know, Jeremy. I had everyone. Oh, Cetra didn't do great, but his Tomb Prince did awesome. I probably should have gone with Katep. Look at all those Chaos Warriors and Chosen I could have been nuking. But his Burning Heads were super good. His countercharging was super good. I just got outplayed. The fat outplayed. Well done. La GG. This is the oddest time you've ever seen a tournament, Loopy? This is American time! I have received numerous complaints over the millennia from many Europeans. Okay. Many Europeans have complained about my times for these types of tournaments, but my homies, the lads, are half European, half North American, so I try to host every other tournament in every other time zone. Because I know a lot of American players can struggle sometimes where it's like, all right, all tournaments in the scene are happening at noon. You take work off whenever you want to play in a tournament. And it can be nice to have some in our time, but it can also be nice to have some in the European time. And basically what I'm saying is everyone who plays Total War should just get together and live in the same place. It's 7 p.m. here, Loopy. But for the dirty, filthy Californians, it's 5 p.m., so they're just getting off of work, and they can play. I live in the Midwest. I am a cold lad full of cold things. You pick 3, ban 1. This time is great for Australia, says Liam Benton. Hell yeah, dude. I did just for you. Just for you, Australian, and 2 other Australians I know. And the 1 person in Korea. High Elves, Empire, and Dark Elves. Ban greenskins. Someone has clearly not told Grun59 that I am terrible at greenskins, because he is very scared of them. High Elves and Dark Elves are both good against Dwarves. I could play Beastmen, but I honestly just don't want to right now. I could go Vampirates. All 3 of those factions are decent against Vampirates, though. What's the map? Map is Lost Crater. Oh, it's nice, big, and open. Okay, I can go Empire. I'll go Emp. Ban. Dark Elves. No, High Elves. No, Dark Elves. No, High Elves. No, Dark Elves. Fudge. Dark Elves. Fuck it. I'm going Empire. Also, the map's Lost Crater. So the only magic I can take with the lore of Unique is the lore of Sigmar. And I have schemes, I have ideas. How else is the tournament going? Raging Sausage beat Chitaza. It looks like Chitaza had internet issues. Someone's messaging me, but it's not about the tournament right now. I'll answer it anyway, because I was going to say I'm not going to answer it, but it's a super short question. Everybody else still seems to be playing their games. Is anyone not represented today? Heavens and High have a strange amount of people playing them. Light and dark? There are no light and or dark elf players today. Sorry, light and dark casters. I think everything else is represented, but no one wanted to play the filthy, smelly dark elves. Empires. All right. Let's hit them with the build. The build for the boys. Okay. Heads up, you can't go Lore of Sigmar. FYI. Just making sure he knows. It's my lore. It's what I'm doing. So we're going to take Volkmar, Double Warrior Priest, and really abuse our Lore of Sigmar advantage. And hit him in the mouth with our Sigmarite attitude and our funky spirit. So we don't want Volkmar on his chariot. No, I will. I will. And then we need Flagellants. We need proper Sigmar lads. We need Knights of the Blazing Sigmar. And we need Sigmar Storm Rocket Battery and Sigmar Cannons and Volley Guns. No, I won't do that. You're playing Light Dark. Blitzen? Blitzen, no you're not. Don't you lie to me. Oh, you are. I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm a shit person. No. Okay, so how do we make this work without making this memey? I could go the Temple Hall Luminarch for a net. I could go that for a net, but we need to be holier than that. The Luminarch of Hysh, it's for Hysh, it's a magical thing. That's not Sigmar. Hammer of the Witches. Burn them. Pistoliers aren't noble enough. They aren't nearly noble enough for our causes. Could use some Knights of the Blazing Sun, some silver bullets. The good boys, the best lads. Memes aside, so far this sucks. Pretty bad. This is a pretty bad build. He's Lore of Fire. He's actually going to clear out these Flagellants super quickly. That is a problem I'm realizing with this build. He doesn't even need to overcast Burning Head. He's just gonna kill them all. Alright, that's dumb. I'll still take the Double Warrior Priest, but we do need a rethink because of Burning Head. I think we'll have a Hammer of the Witches, cheap-ass Swordsman and Spearman box. And then we will harass on the advance with grenade launchers. And if he brings Empire Knights or something, I can countercharge them with Demigryph Knights, I guess. Can I get two of you somehow? I don't have life magic, though, so that's actually a bit of a problem. I'll just take Empire Knights, and I'll skirmish him. Okay, this is something. It's not great, but it's something. Ah, fuck. 19 gold. I can't do that. We gotta cut some somewhere. No! No! Damn it. This is not great. I need my 3 warriors, though. I can't abandon them. Look at them. They're such good boys. They all just love Sigmar so much. Sons of Sigmar, you're right. I need the sons. We need the Ard. Sigmar's Ard gets. Get rid of 1 swordsman. Get a Son of Sigmar. 700 more gold. We'll get 2 archers. And that leaves us 19 gold. Even you cost 20, you bastards. You're all bastards. I can't have 19 gold. This is bullshit. Alright, you guys only cost 19 to upgrade. Then I have 50 left. I need to spend 50 gold somehow. I will not leave it like this. We're getting a 0 gold spend today, whether it kills us. If I sell an Empire Knight, if I can get 2 free company militia, and that's a bad idea for the sake of this build, but it's a good idea for the sake of my money. I love my money. I don't need grenade launchers because I have triple Sigmarite murderers, so we don't actually need horde clearing. We need to kill Cav. We need to kill big lads. What kills big lads? More cannons. Yes. 850. And a war wagon. 0 gold spend! Yeah, let's go. Is this a good build? No. Is this the build we have? Yes. Why do I do this to myself? Your fire prophecy has not come true. Alright. My friend's messaging me about Zabuza from the show Naruto in the middle of my tournament, and I'm for some reason bound to answer him. He's pointing out that Zabuza has cow arms and legs, and he does, and it looks dumb. I don't know why, but I like his sword. The Hellstorm rocket battery kills big guys? I have my doubts. Okay, his troop count is lower. He probably has so many guns, but I have 3 cannons. Can he really have more cannons than I have cannons? Because I have 3. He probably honestly has a Hellstorm rocket battery. So what we're going to do, this is different, okay? So we're going to put the Grand Shield of Faith in the middle. And we're going to put both Shields of Faith on the sides. And we're going to position all of our cannons close enough so that we can get layered damage resistance of 40%. In the artillery duel, our artillery will have 40% damage resistance, and we're going to hope that that is enough to kick his ass, because honestly, if we have to go to him, this is going to be really bad. We really need him to come to us. Alright, stagger so that we don't get burning headed to death. And unshielded spearmen, you're just back chilling, and the war wagon will take the lead. Did I miss anything? Nope. You all need guard mode on so you don't go wandering. You can stay as you are. You're perfect the way you are. Group all 3 cannons, group all this. We're gonna do great. Naruto Memories coming back? Hell yeah, dude. I love that show. I didn't even watch that much Shippuden. I have all the original seasons on disc. On disc! That's how old and shitty I am. I am 27 years young and proud of it. Okay, what do we got? We have triple great cannons. So he wants to duel my great cannons with great cannons? Alright. Bet. War wagons, you're going to hang back for this one, though. You are big old targets. Other than that, what can he shoot? Not a lot. All 3 of you shoot that guy. Kick him. Kick him in the mouth. What's getting shot here? You... dodge. Oh. Oh. I'm okay with that result. Is he on horse? Okay, he is on horse. Cannons are coming into range. Turn and fire! Show them your metal! And I mean the metal you're blasting at them, not your cannons. Show them the cannonballs, not the... show them your balls. Show them your balls. Shield! Shield! Shield us! Shield us from the law! Also return fire, any day. Any day now. What else does he have? Pistoliers, Pistoliers, Outriders, Grenade Launchers, Empire Knights. Pfft, a coward's build. A coward's build for a coward's men, relying on cannons to kill my glorious state troops. Only a fool relies on cannons instead of his faith. He's the faith. Yes, I realize it's a... Yep, it's a meme. It's okay. Can you get in the way of that? Not really. Hey! We lost the little thinger. How the hell is that cannon still around? This is not going well, so we will leave the cannons behind and advance. Nice burning head. Dodge. Dodge, 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 dodge. It's curving! It's curving! Dodge! Run! Run for your lives! How is that cannon still there? That is deeply upsetting to me. Advance! You, get back on your guns. How is it still there? Look at you! Look at you and your pathetic retinue of men. Pathetic retinue. Just shoot Boris. Honestly, switch it up on him at this point. Shoot Boris. It's not worth our time. Maybe you won't notice I'm shooting at Boris until it's too late. Okay, if you hit, actually, that helps me a lot more, cannons, you bastards. You all fail me in several degrees. Okay, this cannon, shoot him. This cannon, shoot him. This cannon, shoot them. If you're all shooting different things, you can't dodge all of us. Also, don't you have fire while moving? Get firing. Shoot! Shoot, you ridiculous dumbass. Alright. You attack that one. You attack that one. It's time to abuse our soulfire bombardments. Only you can prevent soulfire. Actually, that sucks. Don't do that. Do that. Do that. Okay, we'll have war wagons run up. All of you are doomed, but you're honestly already pretty doomed, so who cares? Pop this, pop that, that. Owie! Don't do that! Kill Boris. Kill Boris. Actually, you kill the Bright Wizard, the rest of you kill Boris, and you guys get onto that, you guys get over there. Alright, we're pushing through, Get on top of Sterling's Revenge. Everybody else is doing great. Cans are about to be shut down, as is their birthright. And we'll do okay. Volkmar, can you go over there for just a second? Just a little smidge, just a moment. Pop those ward saves for you. All of you idiots need to go help Boris right now. Not Boris. Don't help Boris. Help the exact opposite of Boris. I know it's not gonna help, but we're doing it. Dodge! 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 Everybody else shoot that asshole. Dodge! 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 Please kill him. No! No! Volkmar must not break! Go over here. Go over here. Go over here. Dodge! 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 No, please, Volkmar! Don't die! Go, go, go! No, he died! Fuck! Alright. What's going on? Shoot that. You guys can shoot the Empire Knights. You're doing fine. How are we doing over here? Pretty good. I forgot about war wagons, which is bad. Everybody else is advancing. You're just wasting Outrider ammo, which is fine. How are you losing in a fight with cannons? Oh, you're getting shot in the back by Sterling's Revenge. Makes sense. Okay. Shut down one cannon at least. Get over here. You come this way. Anybody have buffs yet? Nope. Shut them down while you're getting shot in the butt. Rangers fight there, otherwise turn around. And I don't think we're making it out of this one alive, lads. But we'll give them such a fight. Pull it up a little bit, but there's nowhere really for you to go. A lot of our stopping power is dead, actually. Yeah, losing that cannon duel at the start really messed us up. And he had fireballs to support his, I guess, but I was really surprised how poorly my cannons traded. It's like, I had all three of them firing at the same target with damage reduction buffs, and they still lost pretty horribly. So what I'm trying to say is it was all RNG, and I played perfectly. Alright. GG, well played. GG, well played. All my cannons failed me horribly. 300, 165, 500. He's got 400, 1600, and 800. Yeah. Yeah. That's a little tragic. I was really upset that I told them to attack Boris while he was standing perfectly still and they still missed. And in the early game I told them to attack the Bright Wizard and they missed, and it's like, man. Even when he's not dodging, you guys fucking suck. And then the late game, his cannons just had a nice big target and Volkmar to shoot, and that was a little easier to hit. Empire cannons. Good games indeed. My cannons failed me. Yeah, I think his build was just better. Skirmish Cav and the Emp matchup is pretty good. Who needs my help? Fire Prophecy. Fine by me. Okie dokie. Gentle Brat, Raging Satsuma. When? I wonder if we could find any of these games. Multiplayer. I told you should have gone with Hellstorms. Yeah, you were right, dude. You were right. I should have. We'll catch Tien and Blood Penguin, it looks like. That'll be fun. Am I allowed here? In this house of battle. Blocker, 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 blocker. Do I even have one? I don't. Hold on. Media file. Dummy. No, get in the way. You'll do great. Okay. So I need a scorecard, but that's also going to get rid of the blocker. But now I know where to find. I don't. What the fuck? What is that? Get out of here. Okay, we're using you as a blocker now. I don't know why that's here. Alright, now we have a real blocker. Delete that. And at the top, we have... I need to figure out what lores they're using, because I'll use that in there. Vampires and beasts. Got it. So I think we'll have... metal and beast. So we have beast, penguin, zero. Beast penguin versus metal Tien. He's metal and vampires, but you get the point. Metal Tien. And he does not have a point that is left over from the previous thing. And boom, we have a scorecard, we have a blocker. It's like we were ready this whole time. Okay. Map is Mortis Wastes. We should be good to go. I feel like there's something I needed to do, but now I'm forgetting what it was. Whatever. Couldn't have been important. And if it was important, then too bad for that person. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Nope, can't think of anything. Doesn't matter. What a bunch of losers. Oh, dog. Right, I have to go find the dog. Jeremy, fill time. BRB. back. I'm back. I'm back. What's going on? Does the Oracle Spit count as a missile, or is it arty? Missile, I think. Okie dokie. We have retrieved the dog. She's still a puppy, so I do need to keep an eye on her. Yeah, Jeremy, I needed you to fill for the stream while I was gone. Okay. How do we set this up? What's going on? Chat, I need to ask you for an extra special favor. Load up, damn it. Sorry, I have a thing being dumb. Devices. No, stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. There we go. Okay. Alright, chat. You guys are on puppy duty. Okay? There's a puppy. Right there. Right, actually, you know what? Alright, you're on puppy duty. If that dog leaves the camera, spam the chat. I'm supposed to be watching her. But I'm also supposed to be running this tournament. I have a lot going on. Alright. It's on you, chat. Keep that puppy safe. If she wanders off and chews on the couch or chokes on one of her toys or something while I'm not paying attention, it's on you, not on me. And Miss Rat's gonna be pissed. Alright. Oh, focusing on the game. Focus. Yes. Whew. We have Beast Penguin, who is Blood Penguin using the lore of beasts, versus TN, who's using the lore of metal and vampires, though considering it's chaos, I'm guessing it's metal for this game. Look at the sleepy puppy! Look at her. She's so sleepy. Oh, she's sleeping. With a Beasts caster, you can't take a Slaawn. None of the Slaawn are of beasts. So you either have a Skink Priest or you have Tehenoan. And I am hoping for Tehenoan from Blood Penguin. On TN's side, I mean, you could have Zarthoriel or you could have a caster of metal. Plenty of options there, actually. And the players are ready. I can take down the screen blocker as soon as we get into the loading screen, which we are now in. Pachow. Pachow again. Remove that. And I thought I heard a message, but I don't have one, so we're good. Good to go. Grace will chew you out with grace. You're so funny. Hell yeah, dude. Hammond. And I answered you... Alright, I did not ignore you when you commented on the video, Prostegma, and then someone with a real name said die you. That was me, dude. I got you. I got you. I was on my phone, so I wasn't Human Boy. Yes, that was my actual name. Jeremy, you think it's plotting on you? I don't think Hazel's plotting on anybody. I think Hazel's just sleepy, if I had to be honest. So for the forces of Beast Penguin, we have, I'll start with the Lord, because I know who it was. It was Crocky G, Crocky Gar, Croxagor Balboa, up on his Mount Grimlock. Forgot the name for a second there. He has Swiftness of Itzel, Deliverance, no. What is that one? Sacred Spawning of Zodal, and he has his Hand of the Gods. On the other side, we have the Skink Priest of Beasts with Flock of Doom and a Manticore Summon, a single Skink Chief, a mixture of Saurus Warriors, red-crested Skinks, including the ROR, and Skink Cohorts is the front line here for the Lizardmen. We have 2 Jav Skinks, it looks like. 2 Jav Skinks. Other than that, 4 Chameleon Skinks. Ooh, and it's still down with a Revivification Crystal. Because if you can't bring Lore of Life, you might as well bring a different healing spell entirely. And on the side of TN, we have Chaos with Prince Sigvald the Magnificent. A Chaos Sorcerer of Metal with only Final Trans. We have Double Chosen with Halberds, double Armored Chaos Trolls. Alright, where's Bird? Somebody get Bird. Jeremy, can you go into the Discord and message Bird and tell him to watch the stream because there's Armored Chaos Trolls and he loves those guys? Thank you. Other than that, we have a flank of Marauder Horsemen and Horse Masters, it would appear. Alright. Where's the white line? That's fine. The Lizardmen are fine. They're not too close to the white line. Okay, so with this is an elite-ass Chaos army. There's no Burning Head to take care of them, which is good. Final Trans. Oh, I'll go out, Jeremy, I'll go through the board games on the shelf after the game. In the next long wait period where people build armies, I will talk to you about other things. So with these Chaos Warriors and Chosen, I mean, Chaos is definitely going to win the infantry fight if we just all sit there and let it get slapped around. And I think Armored Chaos Trolls, I don't know how much damage they'll take from those Javelins. Normally those Javelins would be lethal to Trolls, but with 110 armor, maybe they can withstand it. The problem for Chaos will probably be the skirmish advantage. I believe the Chameleon Skinks will win against 3 Horsemen, so they either all have to group up and use all 6 against Chameleon Skinks or try to ignore them. And the Lord fight will be really bad for Chaos. I think Sigvald will get run over by Krokkar, because Krokkar can Psycho Charge and Armor Pierce and all that good stuff. Should be interesting. At first, when I saw this build, I loved it in a meme sense. I loved it as a caster, but I didn't actually think it could win. But the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to like this Chaos build. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of hoping the Chosen with Halberds do some good work. Jeremy, he might be sleeping. You don't have his phone number. I don't think you should call one of my mods. I think a Discord message will do just fine. But thanks, buddy. Chaos Warriors are about to engage with the cohort of Sotek, and if they refuse to die, they'll trade up in this matchup. But it looks like they are not refusing to die yet, so plenty of them are dying. Tien took the fight with his horsemen engaging in melee against Chameleon Skinks. He tried to win a 3v2, and it is kind of working, but Chameleon Skinks are surprisingly sturdy bastards in combat. And Krokkar is coming over here to try to support them. That'll quickly tear off a lot of these units, and the Skink should be okay. Final Trans coming down, just a normal cast Final Trans on top of the Saurus Warriors and Red-Crested Skinks, just trying to clear out some of the infantry, it looks like, for Tien. And now we can see that the cohort of Sotek is getting its true value in against these Chaos Warriors, and Armored Chaos Trolls will come in to support very soon. Slight amount of lag, but it's going okay. Chosen with Halberds are demolishing Saurus Warriors. Where's the other group? We had 2 Chosen with Halberds. Ooh, they are blobbed up on top of these Chaos Warriors. If there was Burning Head in this game, that would be much different, but right now there's not a lot that can punish them, unless there was maybe a Hand of the Gods from the side or something, but there's not in this case. Armored Chaos Trolls are getting beaten up by Krokkar. Chosen with Halberds probably want to go over there and fight him a little bit. Sigvald the Magnificent's chasing around the Skink Priest of Beasts and having a pretty good time fighting him, but now he can't catch him, and that Skink is running away very quickly. A nice flank of the Marauder Horsemen from Tien. Rear charge takes out some of these Skinks and breaks their leadership enough and gets on top of the Javelins, who still have plenty of ammo left. That's a great play. The right flank has fallen apart skirmish-wise, but the center and the left are going heavily to Chaos. We can see the balance of power is still dead even, as Blizzards have tons of stuff still alive, but Chaos certainly got into the fight as quickly as they wanted to. Maybe the Lizardmen could have backed up and extended out the skirmish phase a little bit, but it's hard to say. I mean, they were against 6 horsemen, so it's not like Chaos didn't have the resources. Some Marauder horsemen have rallied and will soon come back into the fight. Krokkar's routing off another bit of them, but I think he needs to ignore the skirmishers for now. While he is doing good work on the skirmishers, there's just more important things I think he needs to be doing. He's got to free up some of these assets, maybe kill the Mage of Metal. The Skink Chief is firing across the entire battlefield to hit that guy consistently, taking him out. Marauder Horsemen on it was left, but we switched directions, so right flank, done great for Tien. They've run off a bunch of Skinks, and they've opened up a pocket for Chaos to have their back against a wall, per se. Armored Chaos Trolls are terrified by support Bastiladon while it's running away from them. Very brave lads, they are. And another Final Trans comes down on these Saurus Warriors. That was a little ambitious. Maybe it hit the Skink Chief, too. Then that could be kind of worth it, especially since it wasn't overcast. And his Sorcerer was getting run down at the time by Krokkar, so maybe he just wanted to pop it in case he never got that Sorcerer back. Sigvald is running in to fight giant dinosaurs with his tiny sword. That will be interesting indeed. Chaos has pulled a little bit ahead on the balance of power, but they might run into trouble. They didn't bring Plague of Rust, and I don't see any throwing axes, so killing Krokkar could be difficult if he doesn't just stand and fight Sigvald. And there's a lot of dinosaurs here to cut through, actually. 2 big uns. And is that it? Yep. The 5 SEMs. Oh, the Manticore's a summon. Alright, there's maybe another one around. I don't think so. These trolls are getting rear charged by Manticore now and front charged by a Krokkar. They will not last very long. They will very quickly get out of here, I think. Brief lag spike, and it's over with. The Mage of Metal has rallied in the backfield. If another final trans can come through, maybe this one overcasted and hit these 2 units. It could easily break them off, maybe hit something else, and there's a Hand of the Gods, so never mind, everything I said is irrelevant. That guy's dead as shit, and he's gonna run again. He won't shatter, so he might be back, but he ain't casting anything for a little bit, that's for sure. Manticore's fighting Sigvald. Not the worst trade. Manticores can do some good damage, and it's a summon, so it'll go away. It doesn't matter if it takes damage. And meanwhile, Krokkar is trying to break off every other thing on the battlefield and get the classic situation of the world v Sigvald. Kinks, skinks, snicker. Yeah. Yeah, I had a slip of the tongue. This bestowed on with the Revivification Crystal. It cast it on someone, I believe on Krokkar. Very nice. I learned the hard way that these guys cannot cast it on themselves, and that was unfortunate for me in one game, but ever since then, now I know. So he's going to want to get out of there. Maybe he needs to get cold-blooded so he can not run? Okay, he naturally recovers. But he kind of needs to just heal cap Krokkar if they're going to win this fight. How are the Chosen with Halberds doing? They have half health over here. And, ooh, 3/4 health over here. That is a lot of Chosen with Halberds to get through. A full health Siggy. Your skirmish stuff's all running out of ammo. I think Chaos has got this. I do believe Chaos has got this. But Sigvald. Sigvald's running. Sigvald's coming. Maybe Krokkar can Cycle Charge him to death. But what's going to kill all the Chosen? A Flock of Doom comes in. That'll get some nice hits on the Trolls, on the Chosen, but if it's not overcast, it's not going to do that much. Krokkar, as we mentioned, getting his nice charge on the Sigvald, but he just does so little damage to the Prince of Slaanesh. That guy is a tanky lad. That's an odd kid. Skink Chief still has half ammo after firing all game. That's pretty funny. Did he kill the Metalcaster? No, Metalcaster just hasn't come back. Some Marauder Horsemen are going to charge him. They'll largely run him over. I don't know how much damage they'll do. He's tanky for a Gecko. And Krokkar gets another charge in. Doesn't really do much damage to Sigvald if he hits at all. Still on with the Revivification Crystal. Is almost dead. And with that, I think we're going to be going to game 2. Probably. But the Chosen, man. Chosen with Halberds. Coming in. Can beat up on these lizard fools. Krokkar's fighting valiantly with his little hero core here, but I think it's too little. Because even just these Chosen right here could probably kill most of the stuff left on the battlefield for the Lizards. As we wait for Krokkar to realize his doom. I have a message. Who wants help? Is there pick bans? Yes. Pick one, ban one. Okay. Just had a quick question in the tournament. Sorry. Krokkar is running around trying to rout off as many things as he can, but he's pretty much the last man standing. And he will soon go to the Wolves. Sigvald even wins the charge against him. Feels good. Army losses comes in, and that'll be game 1 to Metaltian. Poor Beast Penguin. Or should I go on with Blood Beast? I like Beast Penguin, though. You don't get to say Penguin a lot. Krokkar got good value. Not enough to pay for himself, but good value. Arrest the Lizardmen. Infantry struggled a bit. The cohort of Sotek did fine. The Chameleon Skinks did well. The Bastildon did okay. Sigvald did fine. He had full health, so not paying for himself is not really a problem. Chaos Warriors did their job quite well. Chosen did their job quite well, considering they're still very alive. Yeah, everything on the Chaos roster paid pretty well for itself. And now we need to get the little thumbnail up. And change Metaltian to Metaltian 1. Alright, Jeremy asked me about board games. What? Is there picked bands? Yes, sorry. I have to apologize for missing something. Alright, Tian asked me about the boxes behind Hazel. So, that's most of my board games. Most of them. All the legacy board games are on the other bookshelf. We play a lot of board games around here. I also make board games, but that's for another time. So, we have a couple versions of Pandemic. We have code names, Catan, Splendor. Oh, Splendor's so good. If you're not into board games and you want to get into board games, Splendor's really easy. You're a gems merchant, and all you do is buy gems and feel good about collecting large amounts of money. And the end of the game is when someone has enough money, but it's just nice. One ban, FYI. Okay. We have Ticket to Ride. That's one just about building trains. Clue. Sure. We have Clue because it's classic and none of my friends like it, but I like Clue. Chess, Stratego, Guess Who. All right. Real talk for a second. Guess Who can be an awesome game if you implement one rule. You can't be specific. What I mean by that is you can't ask, does your person have blonde hair? You need to ask, is your person a serial killer? Or would your person, is your person a Domino's delivery driver? Just vague bullshit. And then it's very funny, especially if you have a few drinks. Because then it's like, the objective is not to get the other person's person first. It's to get the other person's person at all. It's really hard. Jeremy Dixit is a great game. I love that game. I don't have it, but my friends have it. Yeah. That's most of the games. I have other various games, but that's not important. I don't want to go through my whole collection. Those are the big ones. Other than that, I make board games. We have one... I have one I'm actually super close to releasing, and I'm trying to talk to Turin about doing a tournament for it. You know, I don't know if anybody remembers, but he had like a cats versus dogs card game he did a tournament for back in the day. And I want to do something like that for my thing. Where is it? Puppet Masters. In the background, by the way, Beast Penguin went for Empire, and TN went for High Elves, it looks like. So I have a metal caster on the High Elves. Okay, what the hell am I doing here? Done. Need cover. Okay. So this is the back cover, but it's still something. So I make tons of games, but we actually got together and we're getting one produced. So we ordered 2,000 copies, and they'll be here in 45 days. And then I got to work on how to sell 2,000 copies of a board game. But it's essentially, if you know Magic the Gathering, right? I love that game. I hate its marketing strategy because if I take a year off and I'm not paying attention, I come back, my deck is useless. I just like literally can't win the game, and it's stupid. You have to spend like $10,000 to stay relevant. So fuck that. But otherwise, it's a fun game. So I made a game that's a deck building dueling card game, but what you do is you shuffle together the decks at the start. So if anything's ever overpowered or busted, both players are playing with the same cards, so you can't just like instant lose the game, because that feels the worst. When you sit down, you realize that you never could have won. Shit sucks. So this game is essentially, there's 27 Puppet Masters, which are characters with like abilities and passives and different amounts of like currencies and shit. Some of them like have more currencies so they can control more minions, but they are squishier and they have less health. And others are like, if I kill it, the undead guy is like, if you kill an undead unit, instead of putting it in the graveyard, you just add it to your line. Anyway, so you pick like your mage guy, and then you run around collecting monsters to fight for you and kick the other guy's ass. And you can spend money on spells for yourself or items for your little minions. And it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope as shit. I'm hoping people will like it. I'm hoping. And this has been killing time with Human Boy while the armies are ready up. And just like that, we're ready to go into the next game. Boom. That's a transition. That is a transition. We need to get rid of the thumbnail and keep the Hazel cam going. And Hazel's taking a nap, so chat has an easy job making sure she doesn't run off. What a sweet lady. Oh. Yeah, Jeremy. I have another one. I have a game. It's honestly the favorite game of mine I've made. but it's super complicated, and I know it's really niche, but you're ruling a space empire. So I took, like, if you're in America, you might know what I'm talking about, but for science fair, you had to have these, like, cardboard triple, like, things, and they sat in a U shape on a table, and you did science fair projects with them. I took one of those, colored the shit out of it, and I made it into a map of space, and you can settle, like, different planets and stuff, and events are drawn and happen, and you have to, like, manage ships versus armies versus policies versus buildings. So it's like, if you spend all your money on buildings and something bad happens, you don't have an army, that sucks. But if you don't build enough buildings, I mean, you'll fall behind money-wise, but also your people will be pissed off. So it's just ruling a space government, and it's very complicated, very fun if you're into that kind of thing. But if you're a casual gamer, it's not for you, and that's why I decided not to do that one as my first actual launch. And the game's called Puppet Masters, Jeremy. Puppet Masters. But I do need to focus. So, for Beast Penguin, currently down 1 in the series, we have Marcus Wolfhart, a front line of swordsmen, probably the Sigmar's sons, yes they do. Spearmen otherwise, we have a back line of 4 Empire Knights. Ooh, 2 Empire Knights and 2 Reiksguard. Very interesting. We have the Sunmaker Hellstorm Rocket Battery on a tiny map. That is ballsy right there. Blood Penguin coming in with the Sunmaker on the second smallest map in the game. You'll love to see it. Other than that, we have some flank halberdiers to give a little bit of support, and an Amber Wizard with Flock of Doom and Manticore Summoner. For the High Elves, we have Dragon Princes, the Fireborn, and more Dragon Princes. A Mage of Metal with only Final Trans. We have Alariel, the Radiant, with just her Star of Avalor, no other spells, on horseback as well. We have 4 Rangers and a Moon Dragon. This is a balls deep build from the High Elves, and it is tiny. Ooh, in the backfield we have some Illyrian Reavers I didn't notice. Heralds of the Wind and another Illyrian Reaver Archer. Tiny, tiny build. If the Sunmaker could turn onto these Dragon Princes, that would be very good. Right now it's hitting these Rangers and doing good damage, but they're pretty spread out, so they won't take as much on the advance as maybe the Dragon Princes would. Moondragon is already taking a lot of damage. Holy crap. If Marcus can net that thing down and then these handgunners can shoot it, it would already go off the map. And I do have to favor the Empire in this one. I just think they have too many tools to deal with what the High Elves brought. The Sunmaker is going to get shut down very rapidly, but I think after that, Tien's going to have a hard time killing everything. If that's overcasted Flock of Doom, that is a good cast. If it's a normal cast, it's really not going to do that much damage. Oh, it's a Final Trans coming in from Tien. Okay, so it's the other way around, honestly. Handgunners are shooting the crap out of the Moondragon. The Sunmaker's still firing over here. He's just taking out all the Rangers, which, again, I think the state troops can do effectively enough. I think you gotta fire on these Dragon Princes before you run out of time. And out of time he is. The Heralds of the Wind get a good flank off. They're running straight into Halberdiers. They're taking a lot of damage, but they're thinking it's worth it if they can take out the Sunmaker. Handgunners are deleting this Moondragon, so while the infantry and dragon fight is going excellently for the Empire, the Cav game has gone very, very high elf favored, and the Sunmaker is shut down. I doubt it's coming back. Alariel isn't nearly as radiant as people like to say. I agree. I think she's just normal. I don't think she's glowing at all. Marcus, I don't know if he netted. I didn't see it, but if he did net and it wore off, then sad. Empire Knights are trying to charge against Dragon Princes, but Dragon Princes will handily win that fight every day of the week. Handgunners are trying to defend themselves just by killing all the Heralds of the Wind, and there is a net. That'll protect the Handgunners. There's 1 unit of Rangers left fighting. Everybody else is routed off and prone to come back, but also very, very weak. And the Amber Wizard is fighting the Mage of Metal. I don't know if I've ever checked who would win this. Amber Wizard has 50 melee attack, but only 13 melee defense. That's actually the most disparage, the largest difference between melee attack and melee defense I think I've ever seen. That's pretty funny. What is this coming down right now? Oh, that wasn't a Manticore summon. It's the Curse of Onrir. Huh. Okay. I wonder if that was trying to win the Cav fight earlier and it just didn't really pan out because Empire Knights are blockers and not killers. Handguns have secured themselves. There's plenty of room for them to maneuver. I would get them away from the trees a little bit because I could foresee a lot of the Cav just coming up through here and attacking. Then their advance won't be nearly as punished if they're in the trees still. Empire Knights are bouncing around out here along with the Reiksguard to try and fight all these Rangers. And they're doing a good job sweeping them up, honestly. Oh, another Final Trans came in over here, it looked like, and that Amber Wizard is now surrounded and being taken out. So the Empire is without magic. And I think the High Elves might be able to take it at this point. Really, the only stopping power left in this whole army is the Handgunners, and they're currently fighting the Fireborn all alone. And they're doing good damage on the advance, but that will end once the advance completes. And they are about to get crushed between them and a Moondragon. Marcus Wolfheart's still firing away, but I think his net was on cooldown and he couldn't quite bail them out of that bad situation. What do we have over here? Another final trans on top of the Halberdiers and Swordsmen, just trying to clear out some of them. And one Dragon Prince has actually been pushed off the map, which is quite good. I think Larry has another heal in her back pocket if she can use it somewhere, but is she dead? Ooh, Larry might be dead. I haven't seen her in a while. I don't know where she is. The Moondragon's running off. There's the mage. Ah, no, there's Larry. Larry's fine. So if she can rally these guys and cast a heal on them, they'll probably be okay, but she'll probably want to group them up with the other Dragon Princes first. Wolfheart gets a beautiful shot onto the Mage of Metal, taking them down to very low health and netting them down, but is there anything to follow and punish? Not really, and that hilarious bugged net comes over and technically nets the Fireborn. They're all moving anyway, so they don't really care. So it's more of a visual bug than anything, and it already wears off. So, yep, that didn't matter. Wolfheart's still firing. The Empire, the bounce power is even if not a little Empire favored. Can they do this? I mean, my heart tells me no. Because their casters, you know, the Empire's caster's dead. Their handguns are dead. The Sunmaker's dead. All they have are tattered cav and state troops. Like, my heart tells me they can't win this. But the balance of power is telling me they can. So I guess I'll believe in them till they die. Wolfheart's still firing. He can do good damage to Alariel if he doesn't die right here, but dying right here seems quite likely as he lost a quarter of his health in the time that we lost his health bar. Balance power will, if he gets killed, will immediately swing back into the favor of the High Elves, as I think it should be. And I wouldn't hate for Larry to cast a Star of Avalorn right here in this big mix, because she has all three of her Dragon Princes in one spot. That would be a good cast, in my opinion. Heralds of the Wind, still firing in. Doing fine, mostly just leadership debuffing these Empire troops by shooting them in the back. Handgunners have rallied a little bit. Oh no, that's tragic! The Star of Avalorn is on the Moondragon, who immediately shatters because he's a dick. Wow. That's a little unfortunate. With the dragon shattering, the Empire's back into the lead, but it's quickly dwindling away as more and more of their units are murdered in this big old little pit. Heralds of the Wind rear charge with the Handgunners. That will take them out. Halberdiers and Spearmen trying to join the fight, but they'll probably break pretty soon. And Marcus is hanging in there, and he casts his last net. He's just trying to gain a little bit of distance here. How are we doing for the High Elves? Larry's totally fine. Dragon Princes, one super wounded, one extremely wounded, one shattered. Okay, so the Reichsguard are maybe paying for themselves if they're even here. Otherwise, it's just state troops pushing down all of these knights. These brave Dragon Princes. They're trying to desperately get Wolfheart out of here, and this is a knockdown, drag-out fight. There are some swordsmen that are very healthy, but other than that, everything on this battlefield is extremely windred. Perfect. Larry's trying to fight. She's trying to come in. Did that High Elf Mage come back? She did not. So the Mage of Beasts is fully gone. Those Handgunners might honestly rally on that hill. They have negative 24, so maybe they aren't coming back. The last of the Dragon Princes routes. The Heralds of the Wind are fighting. And man, if those Reichsguard paid for themselves, then they're the MVPs, because nothing else here could have killed the Dragon Princes, I don't think. So I'll have to see what their value was. Larry's still fighting. The bounce power believes in her pretty heavily because she is a mage, not because she doesn't have any spells. And the Dragon Princes are charging in, getting a rear charge on these swordsmen. Now, these are not Sigmar's sons. They are not unbreakable, so maybe that rear charge will falter them a little bit. Wolfheart, though, being free and clear, using his ammunition, I would use it on the Fireborn and get rid of them, because Larry on her own isn't that big of a threat. But we'll see what they decide to do with him. He uses his little amber bow shot. It looks like one of the 3 tendrils hit Larry, the other 2 missed. Dragon Princes, more specifically the Fireborn, are bouncing out. They're going to hit the Spearman in the back. And Larry tries to take the fight against Wolfheart, charges him. I don't know if she gets a full attack off. The attacking rule is being perfectly completed here by the Spearman, so her running away is not a problem at all. But she does take a massive hit in the back from Wolfheart's basic shots. And if he has another focus shot, that would also be very good. Here we see him winding it up, winding it up. Does it hit? Does it hit his own men? It's probably going to hit his own men. Does it hit? Does he fire? He doesn't fire. Perfect. We love to see Marcus Wolfhart being dumb. Dragon Princes, there's only 2 of them left of the Fireborn. They're charging in, trying to fight Halberdiers. Another shot comes in on Larry. Larry charges over. She gets a good hit onto Wolfhart. 1 Fireborn is left, but they aren't leaving until they're dead. And they have 18 whole health left, so that's not a very long lifespan. Oh, but they pull away. Holy shit, he's alive with 18 health. Larry is now surrounded by spearmen. She's probably not getting out of there. Maybe, possibly, potentially, Wolfhart still has ammo and a focus shot that he didn't even use. If she gets away from his own men, he can use that focus shot on her and kill her. High Elves. It looks like there's some behind me. Did any rally? Nope, they're still running. Dragon Princes is pretty much over for the High Elves. That last Dragon Prince sings his last song, and Wolfhart's firing at Larry to try to kill her, but is she the only one left? Wow, there was a firework outside. It's not even close to the 4th of July. Fuck off with that shit. Larry gets hit. She is definitely going to die now. She charges into Wolfhart for one last hit, and she misses, and he even gets the counter hit on her. And that will be it. That will be it. Who's ever launching these fireworks can die. Don't scare my dog. She's sleeping peacefully. She's a good kid. She's a good kid. She deserves it. Also, my cat's probably scared somewhere. Aw, somebody downvoted the stream. Aw, dude. Don't do that. Well, okay. If you legitimately don't like the content, you can do that, but don't do that, man. We're going to game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Blood Penguin on Marcus Wolfhart got almost 2,500 value. Some of the spearmen paid for themselves. A lot of the state troops did just fine. Handgunners did great. The Sunmaker got shut down right away, so it struggled. Halberdiers paid for themselves and more. Actually, yeah, they did great. They did like almost 3 times their value. Reichsguard, we're getting it in there. They're getting the work done. I think, are they 1350 or are they 1150? If they're 1150, they paid for themselves. If they're 1350, then they still did damn good work. Larry did fine. The Metalcaster did fine. Rangers all got shut super hard down. Dragon Princes did great, honestly. They just couldn't carry it hard enough. And the Moondragon got largely shut down. Honestly, I feel like the net bug was quite impactful, but I would have lost a card, so okay. The Moondragon blunder was... yeah. The net bug, I saw the only unit not in circle was moving anyway. The Fireborn just kept... sorry. Just kept running around. It was odd. Anyway. Pick 3, yes. Pick 3, ban 1. So I don't think TN could control them, but they weren't, like, perfectly netted in place and getting killed by state troops. We were watching them, and they were just running all over the place. So that was kind of weird. I do need to get a blocker up, you're right. You're right, nobody who told me that. Boo. Boom, boom. Alright, so DNDY 778 is here. Cheap infantry are returning to the meta. Nothing in the game will be able to beat a staunch line of spears. Well, it is good, but in a normal tournament where you have, you know, Burning Head or something, they're not as oppressive, I suppose. But yeah, the 20 stack of infantry has been pretty meta for a bit here. Spears and hoes, spears and hoes. Isn't that a peasant mob, Jeremy? Feels like a peasant mob. Somebody's been going around and adding 1 dislike to almost all my videos, and that makes me sad. Doing my best. You're welcome. So while they pick, my distracting thing for the day to distract you fine people is to look at the bracket. So whoever wins this will go face Grun59, the individual who destroyed me, bested me. We're gonna fix this. I will not be embarrassed this way. We went 1-2, good sir, not 0-1. Challenge is done. So Blood Penguin and TN are fighting right now. One of them will fight Grun. Gentle Rat beat AC Maiden and is fighting Raging Sausage currently. Blitzen Slayer and Houseplant fought, and it looks like Houseplant came out on top. Very good player. Saphir hangs around the RTK Discord a lot. He is now facing Houseplant. And Odium Razel is fighting the Phoenix King. So what do we have so far? We have death, life, heavens and high magic, unique, fire, and then we'll have either metal and vampires or beasts. Are they asking me a question? Beastmen, Bretonia, and Dowie. Okay, so for the astute of you out there, you might be like, wait, if Blood Penguin has beasts, how can they pick Dowie? You can pick anything you want, just you can't bring any magic if you don't have beasts. So the Dowie can't bring runes, but the Dowie are actually a race that functions decently well without their magic system. Yeah. So there's that. Anyway, I'll take you back to the game. Boom. Probably a cat. They hate rats. Its current year, I find that offensive. Cats love me. So Tien left for just a moment, it looks like. They haven't... Okay, what do you have? I mean, they have anyone, but as far as metal and vampires goes, they have Vampirates, which was banned. They have Vampire Counts left. High Elves and Chaos were already used, so they have Norska. And Empire if they take Balthazar Gelt. So those are their three factions. Those are the three factions for Tien that are left, unless he opts not to use magic. In which case, Dowie would be a good pick. Honestly, Dowie would be the only thing I would take without magic. Beastmen, Bretonia, and Dowie all walk into a bar. And the Dowie outdrink them all. Wait, why would a Beastman walk into a bar? Wouldn't they rampage into a bar? Come on. Come on, Jeremy. Get your head in the game. What's going on around the channel? What is going on around the channel? We have stuff. I will show you many things. Many things indeed. So as for tournaments, there's a lot of other shit going on. Turin didn't post it here, but he does have a faction war tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Already like 70 people signed up or whatever, so get in there if you're not. Cool Umbrella posted this on my channel. He has a bunch of tournaments coming up. Go check those out. Cool Umbrella's a really cool dude. Who's ever lighting off those fireworks can fucking die. I guess I can go Dwarves and ban Beastmen. Sorry, other screen, but I'll get back to that. So, yeah, Cool Umbrella has a bunch of tournaments coming up. Check those out. Check out the times. If you're a newer player and you don't know about it for some reason, there is the Shortbeard League on Logic_EU's channel. A lot of newer players there. It sounds like people have been having a lot of fun. That'll be pretty great. And etc. I did have a video where I'd answered the community questions with Zyphos on Wood Elves, but now we are doing Bretonian questions with a Bretonian main. I don't know if he's ODM actually, but Saphir Narmasil, I think he's ODM. Anyway, he's a good Bretonian player. Come in here, drop any question you want for them. I will ask them, throw your name on there, because I'll be like, you know, Johnny Smith asks, are Bretonia good boys? And then Saphir will give you his thoughts. That'll be a lot of fun. And I have a Rat Race speedrun coming soon. If you're newer to the channel, you don't know what that is. It's very niche. A lot of people don't like it, but some people do, and when they love it, they love it. But I post... Do I still have the pins from last time? Yes. Basically, I post an army. You give the AI that exact army, and then you beat it as fast as possible with the rules in place. And every speedrun, I make different rules to kind of make it thematic and fun. Like one time you had to take Gotrek and Felix. Another time you had to take a Chaos faction and beat up Gotrek and Felix, etc., etc., etc. This next one I'm thinking of, because of all the bugs, I was thinking of doing a Napoleon theme. So it's like, I don't know. I haven't fully sorted it out yet, but it's something like take Dwarves or Empire and no magic, and then like try to beat an army or something that also doesn't have magic. So just like take magic out of it. But I don't know, we're working on it. Anyway, so something's coming up. We just don't know what yet, but soon. Back in the game, it looks like Blood Penguin will go Beastmen, because TN banned Bretonia and picked Vampire Counts. Now, TN, from what I know, you'd have to ask them for their actual mains, but as far as I know, a Vampire Counts main, so saved it for the rubber match, the last game. And Vampire Counts were traditionally thought of as a counter to Beastmen, but since the DLC, Beastmen have been doing okay in this matchup. So I'd say it's even. Some people tell you it's Vampire Counts favored. I don't think well, I shouldn't say anyone. I think we can all agree it's not Beastmen favored. It's either even or Vampire Counts favored. So we'll see. We'll see. Map's Oakenhammer, but neither faction really wants to use artillery or anything, so they're both just going to run at each other and hit each other. I guess Blood Penguin could go like a Cygor and try to kite, but what's the Cygor going to shoot all game? It's not just going to get Invocation to Act? I don't know. That doesn't seem worth it. Man, Hazel is knocked out. Little puppy. She's all knocked out. Good pup. Good pup. And Blood Penguin / Beast Penguin is ready. What will Vampire Metal Tien do? Oh, also, if you're newer to the channel and you don't know these things, and you wonder where these tournaments come from, we vote on it. There's a subsection on my Discord called When Our Tournaments, and whenever I host a tournament, unless it's my tournament of the 13th, which is my version of a serious like try-hard tournament for $100, but all the other ones we do, we vote on. So if there's something you want to plan or something you want to watch, go in there, throw your vote down, take control of the entertainment you get. Shit's hype. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff going down. The only thing that's tricky is this whole North American versus EU time zone thing. Because it sucks that like half my audience doesn't get to play in every single tournament. And we're doing what we can, but the daytime scene for me / nighttime for European is just taken. Like Logic hosts stuff then, Rubber Duck hosts stuff then, Turin hosts stuff then, HW hosts stuff. I know Murphalurf sometimes hosts stuff then. There's just too many bigger streamers than me going at that time. So it sucks. I try to sneak my way in there once in a while, but the nighttime North American scene's just wide open scheduling wise. It's easier. And we're into game for game 3. Oh shit. No. Beast Penguin, you have won. You have won. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. It is 1-1. This is the last game. Sorry for forgetting that until this moment. And the blocker is down. Lovely. Snoozy pup. For the Beastmen, we have both the new DLC monsters. We have the Jabberslythe and the Gorgon, the Blood Brute Behemoth. Nice, nice. We have stuff moving around quickly. We have some Ungor herds, some Gore herds, a couple Chaos spawn. It looks like Korok's Man Rippers, the Arwar Bestigors, and normal Bestigors, a couple Ungors and Gores. And we have Morgar the Shadowgave with his Chaos Spawn summons, and a Beastcaster with the Curse of Arnrir and Flock of Doom. That is a very elite Beastmen force. That is only 478 models. For TN, it looks pretty meta from what I understand. Sternsmen, zombies, Graveguard with great weapons. Ooh, those are going to be very nice for those Bestigors. Chillgeists for their terror and etherealness. Blood Knights, 2 Vargulfs. And I'm guessing we have... Ooh, yep, Vlad von Karstein. Vlad von Karstein with only vampire spells. Invocation to Heck and a zombie summon. Good, good. No rule breaks there. And 2 White Kings with double Scab Scrape. Anything else I'm missing? Nope. Early predictions. Early predictions. There's only one Graveguard with great weapons, no Mortis Engine to take out those Bestigors, and Flock of Doom spam can do okay versus the Chillgeists. I just remembered I should have gone full Ghosts. Tian now lamenting not going full ghosts. Flock of seagulls exists. Otherwise, yeah. But anyway, I digress. Bestigors. I don't see a lot here that can kill Bestigors. It's going to be largely on these Graveguard with great weapons and Vlad himself with his double Scab Scrape things. The Chillgeist, if they could countercharge, like, not countercharge, cycle charge constantly forever and ever, yeah, they would be able to do it, but one of them is a Halberd infantry, and also you have two giant monsters running around. You have Chaos Spawn. You know, all that stuff. Ha! Angry Birds joke! It's 2007 all over again. Oh, Blood Penguin. Love that guy. Alright. So we'll get started here. This little Beastmen box is probably just going to advance forward to obey the attacking rule, but they don't actually care where the fight happens. Glad von Karstein Hammond. Nice. Human Boy says Beastmen, so I automatically picked vampire counts. Hey! Hey! That's not nice. That's probably better for your win-loss ratio, but that's not nice. That's not nice. I think the Beastmen are going to win. They'll be fine. Can the double Vargulf? I mean, if two Vargulfs get on top of the Bloodbrute Behemoth, they can kill it, but otherwise these single entity monsters are going to be a little difficult to take out for the vampires. There is no cavalry to fight against the Blood Knights and Chillgeist, though, so they can largely do whatever they want. I think the only play against them would be summoning your Chaos Spawn behind them after they charge or something. That would be one way to ped them in. Zombies are already mostly dead on the front line, as is the zombies' life. I wouldn't hate to see double Scab Scrape down this line, but it looks like they're going to go on the outer flanks instead and hit some of the Ungors, the lower armored targets. And the Vargulfs have committed, and the Bloodbrute Behemoth is beaming. That guy, big Carl here, is already behind them, meaning they're going to have a hard time pulling out of here. They are trying to fight, but they're affected with the Curse of Onrir, taking their melee attack to a pathetic 26, and their defense to 18. They are not enjoying their life at all, and one of the Vargulfs is already almost dead. And their leadership is so bad that you have to be careful that they don't disintegrate right away in the match. Where are the cavalry? Cavalry for the vampire counts have to get involved if they're going to bail this guy out. But I don't think he's going to get bailed out, personally. I think he might die here this day. Bloodbrute Behemoth does get Master of Beguiled, bringing him down to 39 melee attack, which is still really good. And one Vargulf's already down. And that is what I mentioned. If they get low on leadership, they will die very quickly. Flock of Doom over here. Minor lag spike. I want to see if it's overcasted or not. It is not overcasted, so it's just doing some minor damage to all the things around here. But overcast could have been nice. Even so, it's still getting a lot of damage onto the Chillgeists. Korok's Man-Rippers do not do magic damage, unfortunately, for the Beastmen. The Beastmen are just going to run around as a giant terror blob. They don't give a single shit about anything. They're trying to fight Vlad. That's not really working out, but their line gets a little haggard. It looks like the Chillgeists get a nice side charge on. They'll get some good kills on the Ungors, maybe kill some Chaos Spawn. But they'll want to pull in and out very quickly there. The Vargulf is running over here to take some easy Gore Herd kills. Just route them off. Help out the Graveguard with great weapons. Oh no, these guys are super injured. These are the only things you have that can really fight the Bestigors, who are very healthy. Korok's Man-Rippers are about half health, but still quite healthy, and the actual Bestigors are fine, except for that whole Terrified thing. Because they don't have ITP. They are not Black Orcs. It looks like the Chillgeists have gotten a little bogged down here, and another Flock of Doom comes in. Is it overcasted? Nope, because there's also a Curse of Onrir. That's probably why Blood Penguin's not overcasting than anything. He wants mana for curses, I guess. There's a big old drain effect going down on most of the army from the Jabberslythe, wherever it is. There it is. It has a Mortis Engine effect only if your leadership is low, which vampires have very low leadership because they're designed to crumble slowly. So, they need to go negative quite quickly. Sternsmen are doing okay, but the rest of the vampire counts are quite injured. I wonder, there's the second spawn summon, so it'll disintegrate eventually, but even then the balance of power will still be pretty ahead for the Beastmen. Both these Chaos Spawn are real, and they will be around forever. This Bestigor herd is getting absolutely messed up by Vlad von Karstein and the Double White King, so are the Korok's Man-Rippers. But on the other side, the giant single entity fight is going very well for the Beastmen. They're wrecking some Blood Knights. The Graveguard with great weapons are almost dead. The Vargulf's full health, but he has done a lot of regen so far, and maybe even got some invocations. I wouldn't be surprised if we see his healing cap quite soon. And the Blood Brute Behemoth is done with his shit and trying to fight him, though he is now kind of getting surrounded by Blood Knights. He will have to be a little careful about that. Is that... what was that? Zombie summon? What's going on? Ah, Invocation of the Heck on the Blood Knights. Perfect. Jabberslythe is diving back in on top of the Sternsman. It has a bunch of anti-infantry stuff, and poison, and magic damage, and the AoE Mortis Engine. Oh, that has magic damage. Okay. If Tiana had gone full ghost, that would have been very good. Korok's Man-Rippers are super injured. The other Bestigors are now running for the hills, even though they have a decent amount of health considering their lead infantry, and you also terror out, you dirty cowards. Chaos Spawn will not terror out. They are unbreakable chads, and they will fight to the very end. I think vampires are in real trouble. Real trouble. This Gorgon's going to do a lot of work on what's left here. ITP Jabberslythe, a Juggalo. It is... the Jabberslythe is already ITP. It causes terror. Blood Brute Naruto running after a Varg. You'd love to see it. Yeah. Now this could be bad for the Beastmen. The Jabberslythe does get isolated, and it's getting attacked on one side by Vlad von Karst, on the other side by a Vargulf. But the Blood Brute Behemoth is here for his friend, because the power of friendship is quite strong among giant beast monsters. And he also runs over and he starts slapping around these Blood Knights, who are now getting Mortis Engine by the Jabberslythe. That Blood Brute Behemoth is doing the work of the gods in this matchup. I love it. I think he is one of the... the Gorgon in general is one of the units that changed this from not being an unwinnable matchup for the Beastmen. Sternsmen are about gone. They are going to disintegrate very quickly here. Wow. Even with that little health, they're still actually just crumbling. Some zombies, I believe they're summoned, will go away very soon. And now it is Vlad and his double White King / Vargulf versus the world. But there is a lot of world out there, my friends. There is a lot of world and not a lot of Vlad. Vlad's fighting his best. Another zombie summon comes down just to buy time versus the Chaos Spawn. But whatever that is, that White King takes a massive hit from the Gorgon. That is a little tragic. Vargulf's running around the outside just trying to keep all these units from coming back. Though now he is fighting halberds. They'll actually do some decent work against him if they don't immediately terror out. Which they probably will. They're Beastmen, after all. Blood Knights are actually still running around out here. Okay, they could be good if they can somehow get involved. They will have a bit of a hard time getting involved. Another Invocation of the Heck coming down for them, just trying to get them healthy again. And with that side charge on these boys, I think those Beastmen might break. But another Flock of Doom comes down. That was a bit of an ambitious cast. I don't know how much damage it does against single entities, like Vlad. Ooh, Vlad's taking too much work, though. Vlad is taking too much damage to really be that useful. Tien's been doing a good job sweeping up anything outside of the blob, but the blob is a little too hard for the poor vampires to deal with, as it is in many matchups, honestly. It's so weird that the best way to beat vampire counts in a lot of cases is just to out-blob them. The only thing they can do. Vargulf's running back in to try and fight, along with some Blood Knights, for a last stand with Vlad. And Vlad summons more zombies. Now, the Chaos Spawn are quite low. Other than that, it's just down to 4 Beastmen single entities. And, I mean, they're Beastmen, so the leadership's kind of low. Jabberslythe is getting worked on a bit. Now he's going to dive over here and attack the White King, and does, I think, good damage to him with all of its anti-infantry. Korok's Man-Rippers run away forever. These Bestigors, if they break one more time, will run away forever, but they are trying to come back. This Jabberslythe is pushing this White King further than a Chariot pushing a foot character, but okay. That's fine, I guess. Vlad von Karstein's healing cap is well and truly within sight. But Tien's scrapping back. He's fighting his best. Those Chaos Spawn are just about dead. They have so little health. 3 models apiece, it looks like. And Vlad and the Blood Knights are trying to fight them. This Beast Caster is not going to be that great in melee because it's on foot, not on its OP Tuskor Chariot. And yeah, it might come down to just the Blood Brute. Now, I do definitely think the Beastmen are an advantage and going to win this, but this is turning out to be a lot closer than I thought considering how the mid-game went. Tien's really fighting back quite well. Blood Knight's still trying to fight, trying to take down this Jabberslythe. Vargulf's running around. Ooh, maybe fighting the Morgar the Shoutgave could be good. I mean, it's a better combatant than him, I think. Is it? 51-43, and he's got 55-45? Never mind, he's better than it. Oof. Yeah, Vargulf's in trouble. And with that, army losses is dangerously, dangerously close. These Blood Knights are going away. Both units of Chaos Spawn are officially dead, and these Bestigor herds are going to run pretty soon. But that Vargulf is not going to have a great time versus Morgar. And he does get rear charged by Blood Knights just before the end, trying to get a little bit more damage on him. But then the Blood Knights disappear. And the von Karstein ring going down to persuade army losses to be gentle on his poor soul. I love when that happens. It's so funny. Because he's disintegrating just very slowly. Very slowly. And the Bloodbrute Behemoth is full health. Oh, God. Alright, whenever I tell Butcherbird that this matchup is fine for the Beastmen, he tells me it's not, and then the match on stream goes heavily Vampire Count favored. But for once, what I see happens. Where this is what happens when I play this matchup. Is, there's the big old single entity stack. And it's beatable, it's just difficult. Korok's Man Rippers actually did worse than the Bestigor Herd. That's a little interesting, but they did okay. Both the single entities did great. Chaos Spawn did surprisingly well. Morgar did wonderfully, and the Caster did great as well. Vlad was a Chad and did his best. One Vargulf got messed up, the other one did fine. Both White Kings did okay. They did their job. There wasn't much chaff for them to clear out, unfortunately for them. They were definitely here in case there was like archers. Blood Knights did great. The Chillgeists did not have as good of a time. And the Sternsmen did alright. Dog moved. Dog? Dog! Okay, I gotta find my dog. GG, well played. Blood Penguin will advance. Well played by Tien. Where dog? Dog. This is fine. This is fine. We're okay. We're all doing good. People are posting things in my Discord and I want to check it, but I can't. Who's playing now? Groon and Blood Penguin. We did just see Blood Penguin play. How are Houseplant and Saphir doing? Maybe I could pop in here. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Houseplant, what did you put it? Damn it. There we go. I know the password. I won't reveal what it is because I think he uses this password a lot. Can the stream see what's going on? Hi, can I cast? I'm hoping they'll say yes. What do we got here? We have Saphir on Lore of Dwellers. So, life. And we have Houseplant on death. And it looks like they're playing Dwarves and Beastmen? Are they just playing for fun? Like, is this tourney or practice? Because they do practice together a lot, and it'd be really awkward if I just showed up and watched them practice. Okay. Life versus death. Why is Saphir on Beastmen without his life wizard? Whatever. I don't know what's going on. Okay, dog did move. Got it. I also have to do everything in my power because this is game 3. So we have Houseplant and we have Filthy Brett Main. Okay. Jeremy went outside to look at the toads. Well, Jeremy, you're back now, and you gotta fill the stream. I'll be right back. Dog! Basil! Basil! Basil, sticky fly. Fly. Okay. Hi, Hazel. Hi. We're back. We got this. Okay, casting with a puppy. Let's do this. Who's here? Life versus death, but none of us have magic. Got it. Okay, so for the Beastmen. Hey, pup. Looks like we have 4 Bestigors, a Beast Lord, 2 Match Cores in the sky, 2 Ungor Raiders, a couple Ungor herds and a Spear herd, 2 Tuskor chariots, and 2 Harpies in the sky. For the Dwarves, I'll put the dog down in a second. For the Dwarves, this is a what? Oh, most of it's behind the camera. I was like, this is a tiny army. Ah! Dog! We have 2 cannons, Some miners with blasting charges across the front line. Looks like dwarf warriors in the back line. 2 master engineers. A lord of some sort. Probably Ungrim Iron Fist or Belliger Iron Hammer. And a very sleepy puppy. A very sleepy puppy, yes. Oh, she's so sleepy. I see 2 Thunderers, too. I like the Dwarven build here. I think they're going to do great. If they focus the Tuskor Chariots with those 2 cannons, they'll be okay. Are you a sleepy dog? Yeah. Well, maybe you should have stayed in your bed and not run off to cause trouble. Cause trouble. Okay. We gotta cast this game, so you gotta get down. Or don't get down. I guess I don't care. If you're gonna sit, then you're gonna sit. Alright. Good luck, have fun. Was I right about these being... Oh, they're Longbeards, they're not Dwarf Warriors. Alright. Jeremy, you're going to sing now and you nailed it? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Who is that? Ungrim Iron Fist. Hey, I called it. Huh. I don't know why... a dwarf main can tell me, but I don't know why you take Ekron's Miners anymore now that they don't have Frenzy and they got nerfed. First cannon shots are coming in. I think they're just on fire at will, and they will be shooting at Bestigors. Not a bad target, but not the target you want either. You really got to take out the Tuskors. Though Saphir does appear to be keeping those Tuskor chariots well out of range of the cannons, knows the destruction they can bring. Because, like, 1 Dwarven salvo can take out 1, if not 2 Tuskor chariot models, if you're lucky about how the Dwarves fire the cannons. So we'll see. He's not firing at the Beast Lord. I think the Beast Lord's on foot and would just get knocked over. And these Bestigors are not enjoying this advance right now. Having a very bad time about that. Double Manticore in the sky. I wonder... We do have flash bombs. Okay, so without the rune of slowness, flash bombs will be used to try to slow down those guys in the sky and allow them to be shot. The Beastmen advance stalled for a second, and I was worried there was lag, but it looks like it was just good old-fashioned stopping. Flanks are finally coming in for the Beastmen. The Bestigors on the front line have taken a ton of damage from all this fire, but the Beastmen have a significant advantage in melee compared to this build. So I think if they can get in and fight, they'll be okay. Thunder is getting a massive volley off onto a Feral Manticore, probably going to rampage it pretty soon. And if it rampages, it will die. But now it is over the Thunderers and onto the target it wants. So now if it rampages, it doesn't matter as much. Tuskors got onto the front line unpunished, and that will be terrible for the Dwarves. Every Dwarf main I talks about is consistent on that. Tuskors are hard to get rid of if they get in. Bestigors have collapsed onto the miners with blasting charges, who are still trying to throw what they have into the Bestigor front line, but they will be cut to pieces very, very quickly. Little couple lag spikes here. Tuskor chariots are rolling through. One of them's pulling back out to Psycho Charge, but the one right in the center is getting on top of the Thunderers, trying to stop them from firing. We have a very awake puppy now, and she will soon want to get up. The Ungor Raiders in the back are firing onto Ekron's Miners. That's probably the best choice they have. There's no Slayers or anything for them to shoot at the moment. Alright, pup. Love you, but I gotta do camera stuff. Where's Ungrim? Ungrim ran back and beat the absolute crap out of that Feral Manticore. And now he will want to get onto those chariots, but without Slayers, Ungrim's pretty much the only thing that can stop those chariots, if we're all being honest. Bestigors are injured, but pushing forwards. There's not a lot of infantry that can stop them here. The Longbeards will trade okay, but not great against them. And a Feral Manticore coming in with a rear charge on the Ekron's Miners. I think the Dowie are in a significant trouble already. One of their cannons is shut down. The other cannon is trying to get back onto its models. And the Beastmen have crushed through most of the front line and a lot of the back line even. There's a bunch of fire coming in. Ungrim's trying to get on top of these Tuskors, but he can't quite. I don't think flash bombs have come down on top of them quite yet. Master Engineers are both a little compromised by this Manticore, but actually firing against it okay. And Bestigors have gotten onto the last Thunderer unit. And I think the Dwarves will lose whatever hold they were trying to keep in the Pillar of Bone. That makes sense. Tuskors running through a bunch of routing Thunderers. Dogs being cute and sweet. Thunderers are trying to fight Harpies, but they're a little distracted at the moment by all the Bestigors hitting them in the back. And Longbeards have come over. Now this is a good Flash Bomb. Flash Bomb could maybe turn this around because it brings the Bestigors melee defense to 0. And Dog is tangled in wires. Yep. Don't do that. Step over. Alright. That went about as well as I could have hoped, I suppose. So, what else is going on here for the Dowie while we try to fix everything? Hazel destroyed. Most of their units are dead. Dead and running. It's a Dowie's life for me. Yeah. Fixed. Fixed. Huh. Yeah, a lot of the dwarves are dead. I don't know if I might cut out during that time or not, but here we are. A lot of the dwarves are dead. One of the master engineers is already fleeing. The other one's at full health, but not loving his life. He's fighting a beast lord in melee combat, which is bad for him. Ungrim got on top of Feral Manticore, which is going quite well. But there are 4 units of Bestigors left, and they're all very low health, but they don't need that much health to kill the dwarves that are left. I think Houseplant is in a bit of a pickle. A bit of a pickle indeed. Trying to look for a way for him to come back into this game, but I think there are just too many Beastmen left. These Thunderers are very quickly going to be shut down. And Ungrim cannot fight all these infantry and archers and chariots. He'll do his damnedest, but I don't think he can fight all of them. 1 unit of cannons. It looks like they're trying to get back onto their mounts, but there's too many things to shoot. I don't know how much effectiveness they'll be able to get. And this Beast Lord is charging back into this Master Engineer, getting a nice shot on his back, and he will very soon rout, I believe. And we're down to just Ungrim. Cannons are back. What are they going to shoot? They're facing the other way, so the only thing they can shoot would be in this direction, and that's pretty much Harpies unless they turn. But Bestigors are on top of them. They're all going to die. And it's a bad time for them. Jeremy saying stunties seem like they're getting overrun. Get it? Because they're short. I do get it. Thanks, bud. 2 Bestigor herds, very, very, very injured, but one of them gets Bloodlust and both of them get Apocalyptic Vision to keep them in the fight and to surround Ungrim. This Beast Lord's being a little aggressive. He might want to back up for Saphir. Ungrim could try to delete him and then maybe rout off the entire Beastman army, but it is looking like a bit of a foregone conclusion for the Dwarves and for poor Houseplant. Popping Red Ruin for more damage is good. Lower your melee attack. Melee defense in the meantime, that'll mean he takes a lot more damage. Ungrim is going to delete the Beastcaster, maybe even kill him. Yes, the Beast Lord is dead, but now it's Ungrim, and Ungrim's dead. And that is the game. Saphir and the lore of life will advance over the lore of death. Because they stayed alive. Okay. Alright. I'm going to unmute the stream for just a second. Takes a lot more damage. Good. Everybody can still hear me. I was worried about that whole mic fiasco something went wrong. Ungrim Iron Fist is at 1772. Both Master Engineers struggled a little bit, but they were mostly debuff support. A lot of the front line didn't quite pay for itself, and Thunderers tried, but they were shut down too quickly. And yeah, Beastman Rush was too strong, even without any magic to support it. Beast Lord did great. Probably paid for himself. I don't know how expensive a naked Beast Lord is on foot. Bestigors did fine. Tuscarora Chariots did well, considering this one only got 500 value, but it still had all 3 models, so it had a lot of love left to give. And the Feral Manticores honestly struggled. But they were a good Terror Beast. Houseplant's making a reference back to a different tournament I hosted. So I will find... What happened? Okay, hey, so I see. There was a dumb challenge thing, so there was a bug. It's getting super late. We agree, Houseplant, that he would go through. Okay. So Saphir's going to bed, so Houseplant will advance. I think we'll follow them right into the semifinals. Because ODM, Razel, and Houseplant should both be ready. So we'll find them. I'll message Houseplant and see what lobby I'm supposed to be joining. Okay, good, sir. You sleep well. I need to put a poll thing out. Why do I always get Chaos Troll streams? Okay. Yup. So, while Houseplant did technically lose, his opponent will concede because he wants the sweet embrace of sleep. You hosting. And we'll try to find some people. I also have to start a poll. Heir of Carthage messaged me, glad to hear it. Houseplant says, sure. There's a lot going on here. Oh, shit. Okay, back in. Poll. How do we do a poll? Create a poll. Cam on. All right, we started a poll. So we're back in with Houseplant. We will now wait on Odium Razel. I wonder if Saphir dropped out because he didn't want to fight his clanmate. I wonder. So what is Razel? Oh, we have Death versus Death. Both lore, well, one Lore of Life, one-ish, but sleep called. So it's going to be Death in this semifinal. Okay. Okay. And the other side, if I take you with me for a second, ciao. The other side has the Gentle Rat on Unique, sitting, waiting, scheming, versus either Grune 59 on the Lore of Fire or Blood Penguin on the Lore of Beasts. So the potential winners are Beasts, Fire, Unique, and Death. I don't know. Did we have one of everybody today? Death, Beasts, Death, High in Heavens, Metal and Vampires, Beasts, Unique, Fire, Unique, Shadow, Vampires, Heavens, Light, Death, Death, Lore of Life, Death, Life, Death, Unique. I think that's everybody. Yeah, everybody had at least one champion today, but it looks like Death was very popular. Death was very popular indeed. Gotta put that back. Wait, it was? Why is that being done? Stop being done. There we go. Houseplant is at 0 for the semifinal, and we will have Odium Razel whenever he joins us. I suppose I could put Hartike in front of Houseplant's name. Razel does not have 1 point. We will do RTK Houseplant. Capitalize that H. Let's be official. And then we'll back up Razel a little bit. And I can't back up Houseplant anymore. So go RTK House. Lovely. Oh shit, now I have to move Razel. Boom, boom, boom. How's the poll doing? Dog has 75% of the votes. Dog it is. Do you seriously think you have a chance? No, but I wasn't sure if people were sick of watching the dog. Do I need to put maps? No, there are maps. Okay, good. I'm not missing my job or something. Puppy dog doing puppy stuff. We'll see how that is. I'll watch the stream and make sure you can see Doggo okay. House. Plants first. Death Mirror. Spook. Spooky spook Death Mirror. And it looks like the Hazel Cam is perfect. Yes. Yes. Pup's chewing on her rope. Good for you, Pup. You get that rope. All right, Razel versus Houseplant. I do have to root for Houseplant because RTK. But I will be an unbiased caster and do both sides equal justice. Equal justice. Houseplant is first pick. All right. We'll see what they pick, what they ban. Pick one, ban one. They pick Beastmen. And what are they gonna ban? Great pick. Great ban. Alright, alright. The RTK player has officially picked, officially banned. They did well. Very well. Excellently, even. I'm pretty sure Razel is going to pick... Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know. Because Lizardmen don't have death. They might just pick Beastmen, honestly. I'm going to just pre-type something. Take that. I'll call into city. Yeah. I doubt Saphir actually wanted to co-cast. Let's see.
Like that, man. Don't do me like that.
Saphir, you're co-casting? Let's go! We're doing this! No, I'm kidding. I'll leave. That was Saphir. I saw he was in a room with Houseplant, so I thought I'd go be tedious. Oh, dude! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We gotta go over to the left screen. Jeremy's got toads. Look at Jeremy's toads. Look at all these toads. They're cute. Why are they in a flower pot, my dude? Is that a plant that they're next to? Because that is a very thin stalk for a plant. But I see little leaves down there. Look at those toads. That is hype. Saphir convinced him to come despite being so late. And now he leaves because he's too tired. Hey, Maiden. Good to see you, dude. This is the first tournament I've seen you in a while. I think, you were taking a break from the game, if I remember correctly, or were you just busy? And is this your grand return, or are you popping in and out as you please? As if that's allowed. Hazel, what are you doing? What are you eating? I swear to God, if it's another staple. What's in your mouth? Come here. Oh, okay. It's just it's just some hair. You can eat hair if you really want. It's Razel and Houseplant. It is Beastmen versus Chaos, both of which have to take Death Casters. No matter what. Dog left. Poor puppy. Jeremy saying, yeah, it is a plant that all those toads were on. They all decided they want to live in there. Well, good for them. Good for them, man. They're just living their best life. All right, dog's wandering around. I'm going to go kennel her real quick so that she doesn't eat anything while I'm distracted. But it looks like these players will be loading up soon. Houseplant's build is mostly done. BRB. Jeremy, fill time again for the third time this stream. AC Man, you were taking a break, but Turn's faction war got me out of my slumber. Hell yeah. I will talk more about that when I come back. All right, hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'm coming back. Stay. Stay. Whoop. Okay. What? Did I miss? Did I miss anything? Alright. Jeremy has nothing, you gotta be honest. Dead air. God damn it, Jeremy. Alright, I'm back. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What's going on? I had to get sparkling water and Hazel had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, Turn's Faction Wars tomorrow, dude. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I really want to, I want to play Skaven, obviously, on the Faction Wars stream. I only got to once, and then I faced Norska, who was played by Dactor, in game 1. And he brought a build I had never seen before that was like all single entities, like 2 Manticores, Wolfric. It was like a Burning Head caster and a Pendulum caster, and then a bunch of Skinwolves and Chariots. And he had like 300 and something models, so it was really small. And it's just, I was not ready for it at all, and I only had 1 Warp Lightning Cannon and the Teeth Breakers to deal with all those single entities, and I got fucking deleted. So I really want to get back in the Faction Wars Skaven and like give it a better shot. So I'm nervous though. There's a lot of good Skaven players in there. Jeremy, you're just here for the pup streams. It's going to be a new big thing. Then the pup hot tub stream. The pup hot tub streams. I mean, Grace's parents live a couple blocks away, and they did just get a hot tub. So, hey, Jeremy, maybe. Though that would not be healthy for my pup at all, so I'm not going to do that. But I can pretend to for the joke. Okay, what do we have here? So for Razel, we have 4 Horsemasters in the back. We have a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Death on a Manticore alongside a Feral Manticore. More Armored Chaos Trolls. Butcher Bird, where are you? Bird. More Armored Trolls. At Bird. Alright, I just need to harass my admin so that he knows that he's missing out on his favorite unit. We have Mirror Guard, we have Chaos Warriors with Halberds alongside some Forsaken, and then a front line of Chaos Marauders. And did I see a Warrior over there? Nope, just Chaos Marauders. Lovely. For the Beastmen, we have Centaurs, 4 of them, 2 on each flank. We have a Feral Manticore in the sky. We have a War Gore on a Tuskor Chariot along with the Tuskor Chariots. We have Bray Shaman of Death on foot alongside Morga the Shadowgate. 2 Bestigors. There's a lot of Bestigors in this stream today. This is our 3rd Bestigor game. I hope you all are happy. I did. Alright. And we have a 2nd Feral Manticore that I was distracted. And then we have 3 Ungor Herds, 2 Ungor, 1 Ungor Spearman, 4 Ungor Herds. Got it. I saw something about... Whoops, I joined a chat. I didn't want to join a chat. Stop it. Alright. Jeremy, I will show your beautiful rattlesnake to the stream after this game. Glenn Guarick? How do you say that? No need to wait for me. Let the murder begin. Let the murder being! Glenn, how is everyone doing? I think we're doing pretty well. I think it's been a fun stream. Sometimes my energy levels are pretty low and the stream sucks ass, but tonight's been going well. You missed a puppy cam, which is pretty fun. But she's in her kennel now, because she's a little more awake. After the stream, I'll go play with her. Before we put her to bed. But can't have that. I have a job to do at the moment. Chaos is taking the skirmish game. There's literally nothing to stop them, so... If Razel is trying really hard, I imagine they'll just back up and skirmish until their ammunition's dead. I think if they were trying, like, super serious, they just wouldn't take the fight and just kite this shit out. The Spirit Leech does come in on top of the Chaos Sorcerer of Death, and neither side has any healing, so all these Spirit Leeches are going to be pretty bad. That caster just has... Does he have Doom and Darkness that is that? Yeah. Doom and Darkness and Spirit Leech, and on the other side we have just Spirit Leech. It's the battle of the Spirit Leeches. Is that a Spirit Leech? Okay, Spirit Leech on the Centaurs. I thought you just Spirit Leeched an Ungor Herd, and I was going to be very pissed. Loopy, why are you still awake, my dude? Razel needs some moral support. Well, you're here for them, Glenn. Proud of you. Alright, the Tuskor Chariots are doing Tuskor Chariot things, but maybe that's what the armored Chaos Trolls are for, is they get immediately stopped, and so far are not taking a lot of damage, but once those melee attacks connect, they will be in a lot of trouble. The Wargore is quite the scary unit, and I had a momentary panic attack that there was 6 single entities and I missed them, but we're okay. Armored Chaos Trolls are fighting back as best they can, but there's double Manticore in here now, and that is not good at all. Wargore's running wherever he pleases, and the Chaos Forces are in a little bit of trouble. Razel probably needs to abuse that skirmish advantage more and not take as much of the frontline fight here with someone who's entirely kitted for it. There's a lot of Manticores in this game. There's 4 Manticores with no summons. That is a little interesting. Razel is trying to protect his backline, chasing off some Centaurs, making sure the Marauder Horsemasters can keep throwing, but the Chaos Trolls are terror routing immediately, and Chaos Warriors with Halberds already down to half health, getting wrecked by Bestigors. And whoever said Bestigors were bad. But a nice rear charge coming in here from Razel. This is going to be pretty good. And an overcasted Doom of Darkness, further lowering the leadership, just trying to get a mass rout here and isolate the Lord of the Beastmen. But they pushed forward rather than running away. They get through the Chaos Warriors of Halberds and the stop telling me it's a Pharaoh Manticore. I don't give a shit about that. Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Death takes a ton of damage. An absolute ton of damage. Gets back in the sky. Now the Beastmen have no ranged assets, so maybe if you can avoid the Spirit Leeches and just keep this Lord out of range of the Deathcaster, maybe you'll be fine there, because nothing can touch it up in the sky. Except for the other Manticores, which you can theoretically run away from. They should have the same speed. Beastmen are very far ahead on the balance of power at this point, and even some Skirmish Cab are having to be used in melee combat to trap in some things. Chaos, on the whole, though, is just taking way too much damage. They have very little left in the ways of stopping power outside of 1 Chaos Troll with full health and a Feral Manticore. But you can see more things are running, more things are shattering. Even a Spirit Leech comes in, a Chaos Sorcerer of Death, and most things are going to be heading for the hills, and I think we'll be heading to army losses. Got it. I'm in bed looking at the PC from far away. You know? Fair. I'm still awake because it's only 10 p.m. here. Well, it's 9:30 p.m. Whatever. Army losses is coming in hot, and it looks like the Beastmen will take another victory. Loopy is a vampire but does not sparkle. Well, then you're not a real vampire. Hashtag Team Edward. That's not great looking. Pick something gross off my can. Houseplant's army was pretty good. It was pretty good. Wargore paid for himself. Deathcaster did fine. I think they paid for themselves considering they're on foot. Bestigors did fine considering they have a lot of health left. Centaurs played great. Manticores did well also. For Razel, I don't hate the army. Frontline did okay. Second did fine. Chaos Warriors struggled a little bit. A lot of it. And the armor trolls are nice. I just think, I think he should have been a little more scummy with the early game when he realized that he had skirmish cav and the other player didn't at all. I think he just should have backed up and skirmished for 20 years. But maybe thought it's a for fun tournament and he wants to go to bed because I believe Razel is in Europe. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but maybe didn't feel like drawing the game out for 20 minutes just to abuse his skirmish advantage. Also, since we're doing pets today, there's a rattlesnake. Rattlesnake from Jeremy. Spooky. Spooky, spooky rattlesnake. Jeremy has it on good authority that vampires sparkle. They do. You're right. You're right. GG, well played. Is that the next map? Carrick Asgal? It is the next map. Correct. I have to update the score. RTK House is up 1. And it looks like we're switching sides. Now Razel gets the Beastmen. Guys, I have it on a hunch. I have it on decent authority that Beastmen are strong. Maybe. Loopy, if you're still here, Loopy, are you in Turin's faction war tomorrow? I'm worried. I haven't played in a bit. I played today, but I haven't practiced since Saturday of last week. So that's not great. but I do really want to win. I'll be tryharding that. I would stream, but it's a best of one. And when I stream, I feel the need to entertain. Like, I just feel really pressured to be funny and not play boring and serious. So I probably won't stream that. Because one, I mean, it could be a best of one, then the stream's over, and that's a boring day. And then two, I do want to win. And I think streaming might handicap me a little bit. That and I get stream sniped, which is also not good. You don't know if you'll play. Shit. What faction were you? Jeremy, you refuse to believe that the Beastmen could be strong now. Razel's going Beastmen banning vampire counts. That's interesting, considering that the only houseplant could only take the vampire counts with the lore of death. All his healing would have to come from like Mortis, well, not Mortis engine effects, but like Unholy Lodestone. Is that it? Is that the only healing? I mean, you could take Kemler. Kemler has a different healing. I believe it's Kemler. I think Kemler has a different healing effect than the Mortis engine or the Necromancer also. Yeah, it's Lord of the Dead. Lord of the Dead has the other things. You could take two different things that heal passively in an area of effect. But that's like a lot of unit slots and money to put into passive healing on a roster that'll kind of burst you down, honestly. Nagaraith for you, Loopy? Is that... I've heard a lot of jokes about you with Nagaraith. Is that like a well-known thing of yours and I'm just outside the joke? Houseplants going Dark Elves. All right. I do have to say something. Just in case. Okay. I'm just making sure that there's not a mistake. I would hate to get into the game and have a soul stealer and then be like, well, it's over. It's not a joke. Well, okay, sorry. I didn't mean that your faction is a joke. Okay. Just making sure no soul stealer. I said that when you picked your faction. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So no soul stealer. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, Loopy. Yeah, no, I don't mean that like Nagaraith is a joke or something. I just couldn't. I didn't know you were a Nagaraith main. Or whether it was something you were just well known for and you're actually something else. Because I haven't interacted with you much, Loopy, I don't think. You showed up in my tournaments as far as I noticed like a couple weeks ago. But before that, I'm trying to think, and I haven't really come across you personally. I think I've seen you on a stream or two here and there. But, yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. A lot of the ODM guys are playing again. It was weird. When the bug patch first came out, it felt like RTK and VM were the only two clans that really kept playing the game. And now all of a sudden, a lot of the RTK guys, they haven't retired or anything. It's just I noticed they're playing a lot less. They've been playing Vermintide, Overwatch, and shit. And we're still around, but it's just like half the people that were playing are now playing other stuff. And ODM all of a sudden have a resurgence. Anticity's still grinding. Razel's playing. Loopy's back. Saphir's been playing. Crap, who did I just see? Chosen One. Yeah, Chosen One's back. Chosen One's back in form. Beat one of my tournaments the other day. So ODM's waking up. That's scary. That is spooky. Oh, Loopy. Okay, last thing before I focus on the game. I saw Rubber Duck of War also casted that game of yours. The Wood Elves versus Lizardmen, and you had a bunch of cav. It was like all cav. It was a couple skirmish cav, but mostly like great stag knights and shit like that. That was pretty funny. You'll love to see it. It was a good game too. It wasn't just like, it's a mean build. Anyway, the game sucks, so whatever. It was like, oh, this is actually a close and fun game to watch. So if you haven't seen that either on my channel or on Rubber Ducks, go check it out. Rubber Ducks is easier to find. It's just a one-off, and you can just scroll and find it. It's about 10 minutes. It's worth your time. It's pretty good. Mine, it was in the middle of a replay stream. It'd be hard to find, so like, as weird as it is to promote someone else's content over mine, Rubber Ducks is easier to find, so go watch that. It was good shit. You're not back, but it is a chance to play Nagarath. Hey, you gotta take your chances where you can find them. So for ODM Razel, we have Torax the Brass Bull, a Bray Shaman of Death with Purple Sun and Spirit Leech. Yes, Purple Sun! We have 4 Centaurs, 2 more with Throwing Axes, 6 total. We have 2 Ungor Raiders, 1 Gore Herd, and a front line of 5 Ungor Spears. For the Dark Elves, we have Marathi. Okay, and Marathi has a mixed lore. And that Doombolt is not from the lore of Dark. It is from her item. I believe the Wand of Crydon. Yep. And then she has Soul Blight and Doom and Darkness, so very good stuff there. So it is Marathi Double Manticore, just no Soul Stealer. Now that will be tricky because she won't be able to heal herself with that Soul Stealer. We have Double Caniate Assassin, both of which with the Soul Stealer type ability, Web of Shadows. It's just an AoE damage spell, lower speed a little bit. Front line of Dread Spears, it looks like, is one the Hellebronai, one is the Hellebronai. Back line of Black Ark Corsairs and Witch Elves, and back line of Dark Riders with shields. So very little range for the Dark Elf Force. Now this is similar to last time, where if Razel wanted to try hard, they definitely should abuse their Centaurs with Throwing Axes and Ungor Raiders and Kite. They should not take the melee fight. Little bit of lag to start off. Alright. It looks like we're getting going here. Someone's computer just chugged to a halt for a second there. And Ungor Spearman herds are lining up. It looks like Razel will take the fight. Razel's not going to abuse their ranged advantage. I wonder if the Ungor Raiders are going to shoot. Probably Black Ark Corsairs and Witch Elves. Witch Elves especially have low armor, but Black Ark Corsairs have 80 armor but no shields. They're also decent targets, but they're plowing through those spearmen. Centaurs are wrapping around the flank. They're engaging some spearmen over here and getting caught up a little bit. That could be a problem. And now with Web of Shadows, their speed will be lowered and they will be caught by these Dark Riders, I believe. And now Marathi Double Manticore is coming for them, and those Centaurs might be killed very quickly. So the Gore Herd is rampaged in the middle by the Witch Elves, but the Witch Elves are actually taking more damage than would be worth it from these Raiders and such. That's not a bad trade for the Beastmen all in all. This Canaanite Assassin is going to have a bad day, because Torax is here, and Torax is here to party. He's already down to half health. Centaurs over here are all getting murdered. Razel really just needs to bail out of this fight and accept that he lost that flank. This flank's going decently, just fighting mostly Dread Spears, unfortunately. And these Ungor Raiders have gotten attacked by Black Ark Corsairs. That Canaanite Assassin shatters under the weight of Torax the Brass Bull, but the rest of the fight's actually going pretty okay for the Dark Elves. Balance of Power is already against them, however. I know the Beastmen start off with a bit more, but I'm wondering why that's so bad. I feel like the Dark Elves have performed fine. That Balance of Power is full of shit. They did lose one Assassin. They've lost, it looks like, 2 Black Ark Corsair units and maybe the Witch Elves. Wherever they went, they might have all died, because I don't see them anymore. But on the Beastmen side, a lot of things are injured. Their front line got quite beat up. One of their flanks took a lot of damage. They have 1 Archer unit online, but it looks like there are some Dread Spears uncontested that are going to run into it. The only thing that can protect them right now are Centaurs with Throwing Axes, which also don't want to fight the Dread Spears. So this could be a bit of a problem for Razel. He needs to pull these Archers out of here. Just run away for a little bit. These Archers are running. They're currently Soul Blighted and getting chased by Black Ark Corsairs, but it looks like Centaurs will be able to charge and just kind of distract for a second, get them out of here. Torax the Brass Bull is fighting. He's killing some Dread Spears, and it looks like double Manticores are here to play, but where's Marathi with her debuffs? That's what needs to be over here. Lower his stats, just make sure he's not as amazing at melee combat as we all know he can be. And currently, he is chopping away. I heard a Doom Bolt come down over here. It looks like it did a lot of damage to this clustered up Beastmen forces. But the main fight that actually matters for the sake of this game is the Goon attempt on Toryx. And Morathi diving in for Houseplant is aggressive. If Toryx can take her out, this will be very, very, very bad for the Dark Elves. But it looks like he's just fighting the Manticore for the moment. He is a tanky boy, but he'll need help very soon. Centaurs are running in to try and help him. It looks like Ungors are trying to stabilize as these Dread Spears keep running around. And what is left for the Dark Elves? What was that? Soulblight coming down on top of all these units. Dark Elves have Canid Assassins, they have some Corsairs left, and they have their hero core. Sorry, Manticores aren't heroes, but they should be. Anyway, they have 2 Manticores and Morathi. All largely fine. The Beastmen, Toryx is healthy-ish. He has 3/4 of his health, but the Centaurs are all getting a little worn down. Their infantry is almost non-existent at this point. Only the throwing axe Centaurs are really coming out of this okay. So can Morathi double Manticore and a Canid Assassin carry this game is pretty much what's coming down to. And the Bray Shaman of Death died. In the time it took me to say that sentence, he fucking died. Dark Elves might want to group up a little bit. They're getting spread out and picked apart by Centaurs at the moment. But I don't know how much gas in the tank is left. These Ungor Raiders could do some damage if left alone. They could poke at these feral Manticores, maybe rampage them into a bad situation, but as I say that, the double Manticore Morathi squad will dive down on top of these Ungor Raiders and probably rout them off quite quickly. All the Beastmen support nearby is so low on health that I think Razel is worried that if he runs in with them, they'll rout off immediately, which is why he didn't immediately pile in. But one of them does immediately rout anyway as it tries to approach the Canid Assassin. And as we mentioned, these Ungor Raiders all had a bad time and are running away. Toryx has gathered up the last of his healthy lads and is trying to get his shit together, I guess. Purple Sun, won't you come? Yes, Loopy, won't you come and wash the rain away? Morathi is trying to dive in on top of these Centaurs with throwing axes. She takes a lot of damage for her trouble. She doesn't quite catch him. And oh, one of the feral Manticores got beat up. Surrounded by Centaurs, and the Brass Bull is slamming. Without Morathi's little debuffs nearby, now she's back, but it was for a little bit. It looks like the Manticore had a bad time. The other Manticore's also getting worked down. It looks like Centaurs are doing a lot of work here, not just the Brass Bull. Ooh, actually, those Ungor Raiders are also probably quite helping a lot. Doombolt coming in does almost no damage to those Centaurs because they were moving at the time, and these Raiders are going to get a lot of value here. Morathi overcast slightly, trying to do a Doom and Darkness, I believe. Yep, upgraded. Been spamming that one, actually, to get the Beastmen. She's just trying to cycle route them, knowing that if they, route enough times, they'll get shattered. And that effectively kills the whole unit. Raiders are firing. I think they were kind of firing at Morathi, and that's why their arrows went a little wild there. But we'll see. Toryx is about half health, and he's currently running away. Still affected by Doom and Darkness, area of effect. Do the Dark Elves have anything left besides Morathi, Manticore, and a Canid Assassin? Not really. Nothing's really coming back to help out. I mean, there's some super tattered Dread Spears, but I meant something meaningful. The Ungor Raiders on either side are probably going to be the MVPs of this fight. Toryx is tanky, but he could get killed by the Assassin, the Feral Manticore, and all this stuff. It's really going to be down to these archers to do a lot of the work. Centaurs with throwing axes are also going to do well. Very close. It's almost impossible for them to miss if they throw, but they're currently obstructed, which I find unlikely, but apparently they are. And things are going against the Dark Elves now. There's just too much left, and slowly but surely, I think Toryx really carried a lot of this game. Whenever something got near him, he kicked the shit out of it, and that was pretty good for him. Kyle's back in, getting a charge attack on the Feral Manticore, doing so much damage. He is a very good character. Morathi is very low on health, and without Soul Stealers to be able to heal her back up, that will be GG, I think. Canid Assassins, I don't know. They have good abilities, but I've struggled to make them useful after they use their abilities. Alright, I have to clear my throat, so I'm going to mute for a second. Yeah, I hate that. You talk for long periods of time. Morathi, without Soul Stealer, still got 1,400 value, so very good for her. Canid Assassin, one got 800, one got 56, so a little different there. Dread Spears did fine. Black Orc Corsairs, 2 of them did well. 2 of them struggled a little bit. Hellbroni did well. Witch Elves really struggled. Those Ungor Raiders just shooting their no-armored selves was good. Manticores did fine. Their values aren't going to indicate how well they did, but they routed off a bunch of stuff. Torx Brass Bull was a man's man. Did great. Deathcaster got 300 value. A lot of the front line didn't do well. Unger Raiders did okay. Centaurs were Chads. Chads and Heroes. 2 with great weapons. I must have missed them at the start. I wonder where they were. They might have been flanked. They did okay, and the throwing axes did excellently. Blood Penguin messaged me 10 minutes ago, but I was in the middle of a game, so I missed it. And I will update the score to be Razel 1, RTK Houseplant 1, and we'll get the little thing back up there. Tomb Kings, Norska, and Dark Elves from Razel. Tomb Kings, Norska, and Dark Elves from Razel. Ban. Just making sure he's going to ban. If he's thinking about it, I don't want to rush him, but just make sure he has one. Houseplants play Dark Elves and Beastmen. If I look at the challenge, Dark Elves, Beastmen, with the Lures of Death, Empire's still up, Greenskins is still up, High Elves, Norska, Tomb Kings, Vampire Coast, Vampire Counts, and Warriors of Chaos. I know Houseplant loves a specific faction. I don't want to say it until after the ban, just in case Razel's listening. Not that Razel would cheat, but I gotta do... Damn it. Okay, I gotta do right by my players. Sorry. I say damn it because Houseplant's my friend, and I should be more impartial. But anyway, Houseplant loves Empire, so Empire getting banned was pretty rough. What's left? So Tomb Kings, Norska, Dark Elves. You could ban... Greenskins ban Tomb Kings. Yeah. I was trying to think of what you would pick there, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Greenskins ban Tomb Kings. If I were Razel, I would go Norska over Dark Elves. If all you have access to is the Lure of Death, I think Dark Elves are going to really struggle. But if he picks it, I mean, Dark Shards are good. Double Manticore is good. I don't know, though. Don't know. Blood Penguin did advance, by the way, on the other side, so it looks like Groon 59 has fallen. It'll be Blood Penguin and the Gentle Rat, Beasts and Unique. And on this side, as we see, we are in Game 3 of RTK Houseplant versus Sodium Razel, Death versus Death. So that's pretty hype. That is pretty hype. And now we wait. I mean, if I were Razel, I'd pick Norska, but we'll see. Hey, Norska, let's go. Let's go. Wolfric on a mammoth is good. Greenskins have pretty cheap archers, so they could just try to pew him down. I don't know if Wolfric on a chariot fights very well against Grom or Skarsnik. Ooh, definitely not Skarsnik, because Skarsnik's Prada, if you don't know, it's a missile attack. And missile attacks can sometimes hit chariots twice. And I did some testing a while ago, and it's like if you hit Wolfric on his chariot with Skarsnik's Prada and it does hit twice, it literally does like half or 2/3 of his health. So definitely not on his chariot. Maybe Horstrick would be safest. Horstrick's still okay, but on his Mammoth could do a ton of work, but if you get spammed by, like, archers, you're in real trouble. So I'd expect to see Wolfric either on horseback or on Mammoth. Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves are good here. Yeah, they're fine. Berserkers usually do quite well. You have to watch out for Fanatics a little bit, but with the way Fanatics are made now, it takes 10 seconds for them to be able to fire. So I honestly think if you take a frontal charge against Berserkers, they might kill enough Night Goblins that you can't even use it. Maybe. Other than that, I don't know. Double Fair Manticore is never a bad idea versus Greenskins, especially if they can't use Vindictive Glare. Yeah. 6 Skirmish Cav, what I just said. It seems like a decent build. For the Greenskins, I can't really comment. One, I'm a bad Greenskin player, and also it's behind the screen blocker, and I'd probably be tempted to just say what I'm seeing because that's what you're going to think of because it's right in front of me. But I will tell you what I take, and it works. It works once in a while, and it's very funny. I take Azhag on foot with both of his leadership buffs, and then he also has like a melee attack buff. And then a bunch of Orc Biggins. Not Savage Orc Biggins, just Orc Biggins. And 6 Skirmish Cav, obviously. And then I think 2 or 3 Stone Trolls as long as they stick next to Azhag. And a couple Black Orc Big Bosses. Or maybe just 1 Black Orc Big Boss and then a Sneaky Stabbing Big Goblin Big Boss. You just run around in this weird death blob of nearly unbreakable Orc Biggins and slap things to death. Orc Biggins actually perform really well in this matchup, in my opinion. They kill Skin Wolves. They'll fight decently against Norska infantry. Yeah, they're just good. Orc Biggins are just good. Alright. The build behind the screen blocker has stabilized. It looks like Houseplant is soon to be ready. And I have no idea how Razel's doing over there. Can't check. Did anybody ever play Fury? It was like a weird cyborg ninja fighting game. That shit was nuts. I've been thinking about streaming that every so often, but I've been busy. Basically, all I've done is go to work, do housework, or stream. That's all I've done for the past week. By housework, I just mean basic shit to stay alive, you know, dishes and cooking and cleaning. Central Chaos Wastes. There is a big hill. Neither team really has access to mortars that they could abuse the hill. Hammond, never heard of it? Well, depending on where Blood Penguin is, maybe we'll play a little bit while we kill time till the finals. Because if Blood Penguin and, it's something rat, what is it? The Gentle Rat are in the middle of a game, sometimes when I have to sit and wait for someone, it's like 20 minutes. This is a build. Oh, I'm tired. Fuck this. 10 p.m. I was gonna work out after this. We'll see how I'm feeling. If anybody's... Oh, shit. How is that going? Hold on. Hold on. Don't care about that. I don't care about that.
As we get prepared, rather, to dive straight into...
How are we doing?
For the weekend. They're playing Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. My life's over. It's fine. I watch League of Legends competitive still, and the North American playoffs is going very against my wishes. I'm very sad. Ants are invading your kitchen. Send help. Use your Foot of Gork. Kill them. Drop a piece of jelly. Like, just drop a little jelly. Let them all group up. Foot of Gork them. Boom. No, but F's in the chat for Hammond, dude. That sucks. Kill those ants. Don't kill all the ants because they're good for the ecosystem, but kill a decent portion of them so they leave you alone. Houseplant is ready? Razel is not quite yet. Loopy saying use Flamestorm? Yes, that's something you can actually do. Just beware of the rest of your house catching fire. Behind the screen blocker, there is a build. A build I would like to talk about, but a build that I cannot. Because Razel could be here. Spying. Waiting. Listening. Hey, we got new subscribers. Nice. We're up to 221. Dude, it was rough. It was rough the other day. Like, we were streaming. We had 30 people watching. And then Turin started streaming. And it went down to like 6 for the rest of the stream. And that was brutal. That was brutal. You hate to see it. Alright, blockers down. We're into game 3. Norska versus Greenskins. Razel on Norska. Houseplant on the Green Lads. The Green Boys. The Jelly Bellies. And we'll get on with that nonsense. Say is it a Warhammer 1 build or a new type build? What? What? Are you talking about my Azhag build that I was talking about? Because that was a Warhammer 2 build. I didn't play competitive in Warhammer 1. I was not there. Is that camera crooked? Are you all looking at this room crooked? Yeah, whatever. Alright, we're loading in. Game 3. And then we'll see if there's a semifinal we can watch a little bit of, and then we'll get on to the finals, and then I can either go work out or go to bed. And you can all go do whatever you're going to go do. I would say I don't give a shit, but that's mean. I do give a small amount of a shit. In like, in a nice way. I give a shit in a nice way, but I don't give a shit in like a judgmental do this kind of way. Alright, we have Wulfric on horse, like we talked about. Looks like the mammoth was a little too risky. He does have... No, stop being a dick. Stop it. We have Seafang and Hunter of Champions. No standard die. We have a Shaman Sorcerer of Death with Doom and Darkness and Spirit Leech. We have some Marauder Berserkers. Otherwise, we have a front line of Marauders. It looks like we have 4 whole Skirmish Cav. Are they all Horsemasters? They are all Horsemasters. It appears Razel does enjoy Horsemasters. We have 1 Norskan Warhound, and the other is the Beast of Tashnar. 2 Feral Manticores in the sky, and 1 Skinwolf. Do I see 2 Skinwolves? Nope, it is 1 whole Skinwolf. Good Norskan build. For the Greenskins, I saw 6 Skirmish Cav. It looks like 2 Spider Riders, 4 Wolf Riders, 4 Goblins, a mix of Orc Boys and Savage Orc Biggins in the secondary line. There's 1 Stone Troll, a Giant River Troll Hag with Soul Blight and Spirit Leech. We have Grom the Paunch with his usual kit of good things, and 2 Orc Boar Chariots. Very nice. Seafang lusts for battle! Yeah, Hammond, I got you. It's a build. Dude, I wish Sunfang was a better ability and Tyrion was a better lord. Actually, you know what? Tyrion isn't even a bad lord. There are just other better lords. But Tyrion's boss. He can do a lot of things. His regrowth is super nice. Sunfang's not bad, it's just not great. If it didn't recharge in melee, it would be a good item, but the fact that you have to be in melee to recharge, it's dumb. Because melee's buggy. As with most things. Anyway, we're off to the races here. It looks like Razel, for once, doesn't have the skirmish advantage, so now pushing forward and being super aggressive is perfectly the right play. Definitely just wants to start this fight, get it over with. Norska does appear to be using the hill to try to not take a ton of damage on the advance, but some of their forces are getting a little split off, so that will be tricky for them. They're trying to kind of reconnoiter their troops. And ooh, that Horsemaster takes a lot of damage with a big volley from those 3 skirmish cav, and it looks like they'll now rebuttal and maybe get some good damage. I don't know. They might dodge a lot of it. Norska's slow advancing a little bit, trying to keep their troops in line so they don't get anything split off. This whole time they are getting shot, but Greenskin Skirmish Cav doesn't do that much damage. It does a bit, but it's not gonna insta-gib you like Outriders or something. It's fine that he's taking this damage. It's just being slow, trying to spread it out. Those Berserkers, though, those are unshielded 15 armor boys, so they are going to take a lot of damage if all 6 Skirmish Cav focus on them. And even a Spirit Leech coming in on Wulfric the Wanderer. So now the damage is adding up a little bit against the Norskins, and they will try to get involved. Houseplant Skirmish Cav is being controlled very nicely. It's all staying relatively safe. And it looks like the Norskins are tired of waiting. They do just take a frontal charge on some Goblins, and Skinwolves and Beasts of Tashnar will easily rip apart all these Goblins. And then a rear charge from some Norskin Warhounds does get on top of the Skirmish Cav. In the backfield, Grom the Paunch and the Orc Boar Chariots are trying to get involved, but with double Manticore and Wulfric coming, this could actually get very dangerous for the Greenskins. It looks like the frontline fight has petered out a little bit as Norska pulls back to try to take care of all these high-value assets. And if you can take out these Orc Boar Chariots and Grom, or even do some good damage to them, that will be a worthwhile trade. Some dogs for Razel have pulled back. Berserkers are still fighting on the front line against Orc Boys. They're doing decent damage, but they are getting cut down by the Skirmish Cav on the side. But so far, both players just taking some whatever engagements they can get, honestly. Double Manticore doing some good work on Grom the Paunch, but they might just want to focus on the Orc Boar Chariots, targets you can actually get. A good Sea Fang comes down here, does some good damage to Savage Orc, Biggins, and Goblins. Not bad poke where you can get it, how you can get it. One Orc Boar Chariot is about to break. It has still all 3 of its models, but maybe they can actually take out 1 or 2 of them. The other Orc Boar Chariot is down 2 models and about half health. Grom has been wounded, but he will heal up just fine, but damage from his healing cap is damage from his healing cap. Spirit Leech coming down in the Orc Boar Chariots, very nice. Their health pool isn't that big. Chariots usually are kind of squishy in the health department. So far the trades have been super even. It's really hard to call who's ahead at the moment. Losing an Orc Boar Chariot and the other one being so injured is tough, but Norska's taken a lot of damage on the advance as well. They have not come out a spring chicken. Both Orc Boar Chariots are leaving the battlefield at the moment, but so are the Skin Wolves. Oh lord, yep, those boys are going to leave very quickly, and they might not come back. Grom the Paunch is trying to fight in the front line, but a Manticore gets on top of him. He is at about half health now. The Beasts of Tashnar are running into the back line. They do need to avoid these Orc boys. It looks like they might get charged at the moment. Marauders are shattered. The Shaman Sorcerer of Death is still fine. Oof. Grom the Paunch turned this whole fight around on that Feral Manticore with some Savage Orc, Biggin, and Goblin help. And, ooh, that was a great hit on that Feral Manticore. It is going to die. Now, Wulfric took a fight against the River Troll Hag. He took her down to half health. She took about a third off of him, which would look good on paper, but she regens and he doesn't. A Spirit Leech is coming in, making him even lower, and that will go to the Greenskins overall. Norska was slightly ahead on the bounce power. Now it's creeping back for the Greenskins as Houseplant makes a couple of really nice plays. His Skirmish Cav is all, Razel's Skirmish Cav is all very healthy. Maybe he can pull away and start to try to use it to his advantage. The Greenskin Skirmish Cav is running a little low on ammunition overall, but still doing quite well themselves. If there's another Sea Fang, which there is coming down the line, could it do so much damage? Yes! It will destroy so many Savage Orc Biggins. That was a very nice cast by Razel. Norskin Warhounds are a little idle. They do need to come in here and rear charge just for the leadership debuff on those Savage Orc Biggins. Skirmish Cav are coming back in. They really need to poke and prod. They really need to help Wulfric out here. It looks like they will. There are so many blinking leadership bars for the Greenskins. They will run quite soon. One Orc Boar Chariot is left over here, and for that one, it probably is one as well. Yep, with that little health. Grom the Paunch and the River Troll Hag are getting hit with a ton of Marauder Horsemaster fire, and the River Troll Hag's even going to get charged a little bit, and the Sorcerer of Death is coming in too, just to get even more damage on her. Very nice play from Razel on this flank here. Really has consolidated some of his forces up, but it looks like Norska is falling further behind on the balance of power just a little bit. Still very close to even, but all this poking and prodding has come at a cost. If Wulfric can come in here and finish off this River Troll Hag, maybe even scare off Grom the Paunch, that could turn this game on its ass. But for now, ooh, there are some Stone Trolls that are also isolated. They have no help around them, and their leadership is so poor that maybe if the Skirmish Cav was next to them firing at their backs right now, they could be getting something done. Wulfric does run in, like I said, and try to get on top of the River Troll Hag, but he is currently getting flanked by Grom the Paunch, and this is a scary situation. He gets a brief order to leave, and now it looks like he is going to go the other way. And some dogs, just basic dogs, are trying to help him out. The Beasts of Tashnar are over here, but they're so tattered, I don't think they can do much to Grom the Paunch. If one of these dog units can run over here and chase off these greenskins, that would be very good. It looks like a Spirit Leech is coming in on top of Grom the Punch, and Wulfric is stuck in that fight whether he likes it or not. We have a very close Game 3 on our hands right now. Stone Trolls are going to break. Orc Boar Chariots are trying to come back in, but they're probably going to break for the third time. But in this pocket right here, Grom the Punch is putting the smackdown on Wulfric the Wanderer, and that is going to be a devastating blow to the leadership of, for some reason I wanted to say Lizardmen, for Norska. They have to bail him out. They have to get him out of here. And Wulfric gets soul blighted. He gets even less armor and less weapon damage. He is trying to get out of this big pile. Marauder Horsemasters just slam in, trying to buy him a little bit of space so he can run. They just want to keep him alive for his leadership buff, but he dies. Wulfric dies or shatters to Grom the Punch. It's hard to tell because if they shatter, I also can't see them. But Grom is now surrounded. He's taking some damage, but he even gets a ton of damage on the Shaman Sorcerer of Death. And nerfs or no nerfs, he is still a monster of a person. And with that, the balance of power shifts massively into the favor of the greenskins. All the leadership for Norska died in the blink of an eye. Good lord, Grom the Punch, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. A Spirit Leech coming down from the River Troll Hag on top of these Horsemasters. And it looks like Houseplant on the back of Grom the Punch. Grom the Thick is going to probably pull this out. I don't see a way for Norska to rally. Shock me sane. I've only played this game multiplayer with real-life friends, but watched enough of it to know that I have PTSD from greenskin skirmishing. Yeah, that was rough. I thought Razel was playing super well, and then just one engagement where Grom the Punch could sit and fight, and he deleted Wulfric, deleted the Shaman of Death. 2,600 value on him about. Only 870 on the River Troll Hag, which is pretty fine considering she's a caster. Orc boys all paid for themselves decently well. One kind of went under, but the rest paid for themselves. Savage Orc Biggins struggled a little bit. Got shot and got sea-fanged a lot. Skirmish Cav all performed pretty well, and the Stone Trolls did quite well. Wulfric did okay. Sorcerer of Death did well. Marauders struggled. Berserkers struggled a little bit. Skirmish Cav did nicely overall. Dogs did fine. Manticores did okay. Yeah, largely fine. And Skinwolves did well. GG, well played indeed. That was a very, very close best of 3 between the players. You'd love to see it. You love to see it. So Houseplant will move on to the finals. And now we will see if we can spectate this. Failed to join the selected game. That's not promising. Unspecified errors. Those are my favorite kind of errors. Huh. I am not guessing the password wrong. Logic subcommanders. Is Logic streaming right now? No, I must just be doing some for fun stuff. Good for him. Good for him. Blood Penguin has advanced to the finals. Did you play both your games? Did you play games or drop? All right, we will be moving on to the finals in just 1 second. I just need to find... Well, I guess I can rejoin Houseplant's game. All right, we're just organizing the files really quick. Wow. Did all that in 1 game's time here. Finals is ready. So Blood Penguin has already finished their game. I'm back with Houseplant. Lobby is pass 1. Yep. I'm here. Other finalist coming. Game is Houseplant. It was a banger. Okay, hopefully Blood Penguin will show up. In the meantime, I gotta get blocker. I gotta get everything set up. So RTK House is still in the same spot with 0 points now versus Blood Penguin also will have 0 when they join. It is Death versus Beasts. Alright. I don't know if I'm friends with Blood Penguin. They live in the United States. They've usually just been able to find my game without issue. Yeah, I don't think we're homies. Maybe they can find it on your own. If you can't find a friend. Hey, they're here. I did get my blocker up, right? Yep. Nice. So Blood Penguin will pick first. Houseplant said that they'll be right back. Declan where? I thought the poison nerf might reduce the greenskin skirmish meta, but I guess it still has teeth. It does still have teeth. The poison nerf and 25 gold increase on each skirmisher can be a little tough for them. It does okay. It does okay. Especially in Norska, who don't have a lot of armor, no matter what they try to do. Howdy. House is... Oh, House is back. First map will be... let's go... Tower of Hoeth. Then... Shimmer Sword. And then we need a big map. Karak Boofdar. There. Some people like to know all 3 maps so they can plan their picks and bans ahead of time. Like, oh, I'll pick Skaven because I want to play Skaven on like Troll Country and it's a small map. And they're like, shit, map 2 was like multiplayer Crossroads, which is the biggest map of the game. I should have saved Skaven for that kind of thing. So, I get it. I get it. It would be good tournament host etiquette to give them all their maps at once. So, Tower of Hoeth, Shimmer Sword, and Karak Boofdar. Hammond, I try to avoid Troll Country because I don't think it's in Anticity's Ladder anymore. I know there could be some white line issues because it's so small. Some players really don't like it. It's just like, it's one of those maps that's so contentious I try to avoid it. Like River Amexon. I personally don't mind River Amexon, but I try to avoid it personally because I know some people just hate it. And I just don't want to deal with the shit, you know? If people fight about stuff, then it means we're not going to play games faster. And the main reason I'm here and you're here is to watch some games, so... No drama is best drama. And not everyone will have drama, I've experienced some. Both on my streams and watching other people's streams, it's like... Was it Battlemania or Death Before Dishonor? It was one of those 2 streams where someone was just not happy about River Amexon. And partially I don't want to name names to cause drama, but also I just legitimately don't remember. But I remember it was a High Elf player who wanted to kite, and they were up against Beastmen. And the Beastmen just ran them down and beat them to death, and they couldn't kite because the map was too small. And they were, you know... River Amexon has those 2 forests right in the middle of the map that the Beastmen could advance through. And afterwards, they were just fucking... They were pissed. They were just like, bullshit map, can't advance, can't do anything. Yep, can't even play my good faction. Good map, thanks for putting it in the finals. And whoever was the host, it was either Logic or Rubber Duck, just had to, like, ignore it and, like... look away from the chat so that the stream didn't watch it all happen, but if you paused the screen, you could see it happening. And it was just like, oh, God. No thanks. What about Skilled? I don't think Skilled's an Ent Ladder either. Is that the largest map in the game? I know it's like, it's U-shaped as far as terrain goes, and both teams start on a hill. Forgot to say that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so both players start on like a hill and it's just impossible to advance, so it's probably an artillery duel. Either way. I should focus more on the theme of this tournament, though. It does appear our two best lores of Magic are undeniably Beasts and Death. So whoever said Burning Head is OP, clearly it's not, because it's not in the finals. This is a perfect scientific sample. We had a sample size of 1. Different levels of players playing all different levels of lores of Magic. We had some people memeing. We had some people trying hard. It's a perfect study sample, so Beasts and Death are by far the best lores of Magic in the whole game. And Blood Penguin starting with Bretonia with Beast Magic. I am curious about that. And banning Dwarves when your opponent has Death Magic. Huh. So that leaves up Beastmen. I mean, Beastmen could have Death Magic. Now, they can't bring Traitorkin without, because that's the Lore of Wilds. But still, I mean, Beastmen are really good against Bretonia right now, if my Beastmen experts are to be believed. Tuskor Chariots are good. Centaurs with great weapons and throwing axes are quite good. Spirit Leech is always good, even against Cav. Yeah. The highly scientific format has proven which lore is best decisively for all time. There will be no further debate. Goddamn right. You're gosh darn right. And if there's a nerf to Burning Head in the future, not what the study says, not what the data says. I don't hate Burning Head right now. A lot of people think it's OP, and it is. It is OP. But I don't hate the spell itself. It should just cost more. That's the thing. It should just cost a lot more. And they keep trying to, I don't know, they keep trying to nerf its damage, which I think is dumb. Just leave its damage, increase its cost, because it fulfills a niche of clearing out infantry. And if you make it suck at clearing out infantry, then no one's going to take it. But they keep just pinging it down a little bit. Just a little bit more every time. Less base damage, less armor piercing, less base damage, less armor piercing. Just increase the cost. Wind of Death has all the damage you'll ever need. Why does nobody take it? Too much mana. So. He said Brett ban Dowie. Looks like Houseplant missed the thing. Shock me saying maybe just increase Burning Head time a little so there was any reaction to it. Yeah, because a lot of times you can cast it on an archer unit or something and they'll be reloading. And that can be tough because then you can't dodge as well. Shock me saying, okay, you've only ever played this game with real life friends. I figured that. You said something along that, but I was going to ask if you were Zach B. saying, because your name's very similar. Houseplant's going with a build they have showed me before as a cataclysmic destruction of certain things. And they are ready very swiftly. I will be curious to see how Blood Penguin fights this. This is a very good build. Houseplant has shown me this build before, and it is quite impressive. Obviously, I can't say what it is right now, but I am excited to tell you about it, because it's just funny. A lot of Houseplant's builds are funny. I don't mean funny as in memes. Like, usually they're quite effective, it's just not what you'd expect. He has a very different take on the game. Nope, but if you read my name, you would just say it shock or something. The whole thing doesn't exactly roll time. See, I read it as shock me sane, which reminds me of Zach be sane. So, that's why I thought. But from now on, I will call you Show. You will be Show against your will. And that is how you get more viewers and more fans. You don't respect their wishes and you insult them. No, I'm just kidding, Shock. Oh boy, Blood Penguin's building. It's shocked me saying it's kind of a mouthful. I don't think so. Maybe I'm too used to saying Zach be sane because he's a good player. He's been in the scene for a while, so I'm used to talking about him. So for me, it rolls. Oh, dude, Hammond! Hammond, you're here! Hammond! Friend, I'm going to keep screaming your name at the camera instead of someone messaging me. Shit. Hold on. This is important. It's Razel. TY. I host every other in EU time zone. One here, one there, one here, etc. You get the pattern. Throw him a smiley face because he's a cool dude. It looks like we're in the game. Hammond, yes, I was going to tell you, sir. I started playing Age of Mythology again with my friend because he didn't. We didn't have anything to play just together. We have a bunch of games we're playing with like larger groups of people. But when it was just me and him, we didn't have anything to play. So he got Age of Mythology because I had it on Steam, and we played it. And the AI is still pretty shit, but the game's pretty fun. We built like a fortress on this island, and we were feeling pretty cool until all the AI ganged up on us. And then we had to run away, and we built a secret shelter in the north with no town center, just like basic farms and a single military academy and walls. And they forgot about us, and the AI fought each other while we rebuilt our society. It was pretty funny. I thought you would enjoy that. Dicklan, where do you think capture points will make Warhammer 3 multiplayer harder for artillery factions? No, I just think you'll have to use more of your brain with artillery factions. And I can say that because I'm an artillery connoisseur. You'll have to have something to back up your artillery is the thing. Because your artillery can pound the shit out of someone who took the point, but you need something to go exploit that weakness. You know, after these guys are so wounded and haggard from all the bombardments, you need to be able to follow it up. Whereas I can't play like Skaven like I do right now, where my artillery is the only thing that'll win me the game, and I just need to defend it. With the capture points, you'll actually need to be able to get aggressive. Which Skaven can do. I think Skaven will be fine. I just think I'm going to have to play him very differently. Yourself and another AIMA clan member played it last weekend. We don't. I could play PvP with someone like you, but with my friend, I don't like to play PvP. Neither of us likes losing very much. We're not very good at not freaking out at each other. But with a random, I might be a little less likely to be that way. Anyway, I digress. So the Houseplant build is just great weapons. It's Chaos Warriors with great weapons. It's Chaos Marauders with great weapons. A couple basic Chaos Marauders because he has the money. Other than that, we have some Marauder Horsemen. Stop telling me about Vanguard units. I know what they are. I think we just have 4 basic Marauder Horsemen, which is lovely. And in the back, we have 2 with Throwing Axes. Chaos Sorcerer of Death with Spirit Leech. And it looks like Aspect of the Dread Knight in case of the Green Knight being here. And we have Prince Sigvald the Magnificent. So it's just kind of, I don't want to say abuse, but it's like the cavalry bug is a thing, and they don't like great weapons. So then he's just going to countercharge you with great weapons all day. For Blood Penguin, we have some Peasant Bowmen. Do any of them have pox arrows? It looks like the center 2 do. And the outer flanks are just basic Peasant Bowmen. So 4, 2 of which have the poison. 4 men-at-arms, 2 peasant mobs in the front. In the back, 2 more men-at-arms with spears, including a 3rd one defending a field trebuchet. Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Lionhearted, the ROR Knights of the Realm. Then we have Questing Knights and more Knights of the Realm in the woods. So good rounded Bretonnia build. And we have a new animal to enter the fray who is not a puppy. We have a kitty. A kitty in the city. So he's lovely. Meet Ed. Ed ran away from home last night, and I had to sleep outside in a sleeping bag with a bowl of food next to me until he showed up, coming for some snuggles. But he is home now, and we love him. So, good for him. You little bastard. Alright, Field Trebuchet is firing in. It's taken about a third of health off these Chaos Warriors already. That is pretty good value, especially because I think the thing only costs 650. So if we can take out 2/3 of a Chaos Warrior unit over its lifetime, that'll probably pay for itself. Some bowmen firing against Marauder Horsemen, just trying to keep them at bay a little bit, counterfire with them. But the Chaos front line will get here, and it will slap apart all your peasants. The trick is to kill them before they do that. Hammond just pick Kislev and take Little Grom the Paunch? Yeah, I guess. So these Marauder Horsemen are getting a little aggressive in here. They are going to take some Peasant Bowmen fire, which would be a bad trade for them, but there's nothing really to defend these Peasant Bowmen from those other Marauder Horsemen, so some of these Cav have to get more active. The central area, all these great weapons have, they don't have shields. They have great axes instead, so they're taking a lot of damage, and they're not enjoying their life right now. Those are the Chaos Warriors, too. Those aren't even Chaos Marauders. Maybe Houseplant could have sent in the Chaos Marauders as the front line instead of the back line, so that they take the Archer Fire, but hindsight's a bitch. I didn't even mention we have King Luan Le Incur. I should have been paying more attention to that. It's not the Fey Enchantress, it's King Luan with his terror. And we have the Flock of Doom and Curse of Onrir. We've been seeing this whole time. I think that's even going to be a curse coming down over here. It is. That'll lower all the stats of these Chaos Warriors with great weapons down to 10 and 0, and then Luan's going to dive in for some terror routing. Sigvald was running after the Damsel on Beast, but she's on a horse, so she'll be okay. Trebuchet is still firing in. Questing Knights have taken a lot of damage because everything they can fight just does amazing damage to them. You can see these Chaos Marauders and Chaos Warriors are teaming up to just murder those Questing Knights. So Bretonnian Knights are having a bad time, but the Peasants have been performing admirably, and Chaos has taken a lot of damage on the way in. Sword of Corone lowering all the stats of these troops too, and wow, with all the stat debuffs that have been going on between spells and Luan, these guys just keep having melee attack of like 8. Look at them get ripped apart in there. And a Flock of Doom coming in. It's not overcast once again. It seems Blood Penguin just does not believe in overcasting that thing. Doing some more damage to these Chaos Marauders. That being said, Bretonnia is still a little bit behind on the balance of power. There's just a lot to chew through here for them. And over here there are 3 Great Axe Infantry all running around and killing things. You can see the Knights are not having a great time with it. Even with all the leadership buffs, and stat debuffs of the enemy, slowly but surely they will get whittled down. Trebuchets are firing their last few volleys before they're going to get compromised here, and the Damsel of Beasts will soon also be in trouble. That is another curse coming in, but Aspect of the Dread Knight is counter-summoned to stop a terror rout from any of these Chaos Warriors, and King Luan is charging around. Chaos is still pulling ahead further on the balance of power as more and more Bretonnian Knights die. And they're really having a tough time getting any value versus all these great weapons. It is a very effective build in the current patch. Another Spirit Leech coming down, this time onto the fuller health Knights of the Realm, further damaging these poor Bretonnian Knights. And Sigvald's still full health back there, so while Luan's running around terror routing as many things as he can, routing off as many things as he can, his final boss still awaits over there. Though XMT Way in the AI Ally tournament we ran last week or 2 weeks ago, he did show Luan can kick Sigvald's ass if he can cycle charge, but that's only if he can cycle charge, and there's no other infantry nearby. The Bretonnians are trying to rally a little bit in the backfield. They still have their caster very alive, and they still have their lord quite alive. Everything else has been quite troubled. How many peasant bowmen can still fire? Looks like one's going to rally soon. One did just rally and immediately had to run away. Some Knights of the Realm are trying to fight, but Chaos Warriors with great weapons do murder them quite efficiently. And now we can see the balance of power still going against Bretonnia as more and more things break. Luan's getting a little more damage. He does have self-healing with the Blessing of the Lady. The favored son of Bretonnia. Damsel Beast running around, Spirit Leech coming in on top of Luan. These archers are rallying. They need to turn and shoot, and they will do a lot of damage, to be fair. I just don't think it'll be enough at this point. Houseplant's build versus Cav factions is too powerful, too good. Too many great weapons. Who messaged me? What do you want? Let's witness them. Yes, sir. I will send you a heart, and then I will get back to casting. Grace is home. Grace, do you want to say hi to the stream or no? I have a camera. I know you don't like the camera sometimes. Alright, King Luan's running around, trying to fight things. Hazel was let out of her kennel, and she is now sniffing Ed, and Ed is not enjoying that at all. King Luan's diving down into some great axes, doing his best with the Sword of Corone and a Flock of Doom to support. Hi. I don't know if they can see you.
Oh.
You know where the camera is? It's right there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they can see you. Hello.
Where does it get the... Oh, hi.
It's over there.
Hello, everyone.
That's Grace. She's
Miss
lovely.
Rat.
Miss Rat. You also know her as Miss Rat. Not Mrs. because we're not married. If you've met me, you'd know why. Alright, Lewin's trying to countercharge. Bounce power super far against them. Thanks, Bubba.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's real bad to be a Bretonian. They're not having a great time. Glenn, it is always sad to see Brett lose. I agree. It's tough. Shock Hussein saying hello. Alright, I will pass that along. I think she's still in earshot, honestly. Alright, things are shattering now. I got a little distracted because of all that's going on, but all we've missed is Lewin desperately trying to carry a faction that is plagued by one specific bug. There's a Spirit Leech coming in, but with the Lion Shield he will resist a lot of that damage, but what we can't resist is army losses. Army losses penetrates all things. Except for being unbreakable, I guess. Except for being unbreakable. The Houseplant Special. Just great weapons. Just great weapons into the sunset. I heard you like great weapons. Here are some more great weapons. And they all paid largely for themselves. On the other side, Blood Penguin. Lewin only got 728 value? That's so crazy. Like, I felt like he was doing so much, but I guess he just couldn't. He doesn't have an amazing splash animation, I guess, and he couldn't get on top of any single thing. That is like one time that the value does not indicate how much work someone did. Because Blood Penguin played great with Lewin, and 728 value does not explain how much work he did in that fight. Yeah, largely just struggled against the Armored Chaos Rush, though. GG, well played. The one bug is, if you don't know about it, shock me saying it's, the short version is, sorry, I gotta do this, Shimmer, Sword, then Karak, Boofdar. Okay. Anyway. Screen blocker up. The bug is that, well, some people say it's a bug, some people say it's just bad balance. I don't know which one it is. But, when you charge cavalry into great axe infantry, or great weapon infantry of any kind, they take more damage on the charge than they should. Now, there's a debate about how much damage they should take, and I'm on the side, because there was old cav that I thought was bullshit, where you could just, like, charge things indefinitely, and you'd knock all the infantry models over so they wouldn't get to counter swing, and then you'd pull out before they stand up, and, like, literally you could just cycle charge anything to death in the entire game, unless it had ranged attacks. So I thought that was bullshit. But there was an overcorrection, and whether or not it's a bug or whether or not it's just bad balancing, now it's too far in the other way, where even 475 gold Great Axe Infantry countercharge like 1,200 gold heavy cav and just do a ton of damage on them. That's not great. I think the balance is somewhere in between, because I do think old cav were just too good, but right now they're too bad. And that's my honest opinion on it. You can agree or disagree. I respect your opinion. Yes for the pick 3, not for game 2. Okay. But yeah, anyway. That's my opinion on it. Some people will disagree. BRB while you make armies. Well, no. Okay, I know how to do this without even leaving because YouTube is magic. So if I take you to the left-hand screen, and then I take you to my own channel, because I made a video about this, and it's the same idea. Mute that shit, I don't want to hear it. So the problem with the Great Axe bug is this, essentially. And this isn't even a great weapons unit, but I was pointing out why Doomflayers suck. And the problem is that Forsaken aren't even armor-piercing infantry, and Doomflayers have 90 armor. But what the quote-unquote bug is that each Forsaken model is going to attack the Doomflayer multiple times. So look how much damage that took, right? That took almost 1,000 health and damage when it's twice as expensive of a unit about. And the Forsaken took, let's see, the Forsaken took about 700. So I'm on a chariot unit that lost more health on the charge than the infantry unit. So it's like, well, okay, now this unit loses the stand and fight. This unit loses the charge. What good is it? What good is this unit at all? Well, it isn't, and Doomflayers suck. But that can be applied forward to cavalry to show you that same problem. So it's like, for every single horse that charges, the horse attacks once. But the infantry attacking the horse, each infantry that can touch it attack it at the same time. So it's like, it takes 3 attacks to every one. That's why they take so much damage. And that's why I don't know whether to call it a bug or not. Because it's like, it's not a flaw in the programming. I personally think of it as a flaw in the concept of what the game should be. Right? Anyway. Alcathor coming in, also known as Game Chambers. Good to see I have a cam now. I've had a cam, I just sometimes don't turn it on. Glenn saying, honestly, I think the game is better with that thing in the game than without. Yeah. I would agree. I still think Cav could be a little stronger, but it is, you know, it's better than just being cycle charged to death forever. The bug seems to be that infantry do notable impact damage from the mass changes. Seems like the impact damage versus non-AP units do significant damage, and impact damage is 70% AP. Yeah. Yeah, because there were mass changes where... Because mass changes were meant to help foot lords. Because remember when Sigvald was a meme? Does everybody remember that time? Back in the day? And it was because if you charge attack him, he would almost never get an attack off. So he would just get knocked to the ground indefinitely. He would never attack. So the lord mass changes for foot lords means they had like much higher chance of getting an attack off. Even if... I don't fully understand it. So it's like, I get the concept, but I forget the mechanics of how it works. But essentially, the game just gave them a way higher chance of attacking before they go flying through the air. And they were like, great, job's done. We made Sigvald viable. Queek was a little bit better. All that kind of stuff. We did it, boys. Job's done. And then they're like, yeah, but you know what else has the same model as a foot lord? Every infantry character inside of a larger unit. Oh. So in a unit with like 60 guys, all of them are gonna attack. Yeah. Oh. And then that was bad. That's what I understand of it. Now, if I'm wrong, sue me. But whatever. Doesn't really matter. The main point is, if infantry frontal charge cavalry day. Glenn, you say you'd rather have Bretonia be B plus A minus tier than S. Less S tier factions is always good. Correct. Though I would say I would rather nerf the Fey Enchantress and fix Cav, because I find that a more interactive playstyle. Like, Bretonia wouldn't be S tier without the Fey. Yeah. Alcathor in the chat is explaining it a little bit more precisely than I did. He says they got increased mass, they get knocked down by less units, then they put a cooldown on how often they can be knocked around. So, there's that. I will say, Alcathor, I don't know if you're still, or Game Chambers, whichever. I don't know if you're still YouTubing. I know you were a while ago. But if you are still doing that, feel free to plug it in the chat, or if you can't plug it, I will do so. I don't know if YouTube will stop you from doing that, but none of my mods are awake right now, so I'm the only mod that's here, and I won't ban you. So go ahead and plug that. You're a cool dude. Cool dude. Good content. Good stuff. I don't know if you put anything out recently, though. I haven't seen you posting in my Discord videos, so, and that's where I look for most of my content. So if you have been making stuff and haven't been putting it there, then put it there so I can come watch it. Alright, Houseplant's still thinking about their build. Looks like Plague Penguin's ready. And we're getting rain, actually. That's exciting. Everybody loves rain. Oh, Puppy's back. There, we'll give you something better. You are, but you haven't done a Warhammer vid for a bit. No, puppy! Alright, as soon as you put the camera down there, puppy left. So you get me again. It's easy, just make you a mob. Tiago. Puppy. Sorry, the stream delay, the puppy just came up now, and she's so adorable, but she immediately leaves as soon as I put the camera down. Which makes me sad. Okay, what are we doing? So we are here. Oh, I need to update that houseplant has a point. Good for you, houseplant. So we have houseplant is up 1 versus Blood Penguin, and Blood Penguin will be on the Wood Elves with only beasts as their lore of magic versus houseplant, who can only have the lore of death. I'm going to cast the Wood Elves first because they seem a little more set up, honestly. We have Durthu in the back with some of his beast spells, Curse of Onrear, and Flock of Doom. We do have Zotes, and yes, Zotes have Earthblood and stone. Flesh to stone? Stone flesh? Something like this. Puppy's back! Alright, puppy's back. Anyway, bound spells are fine. I mentioned that in the challenge rules. It's too hard to enforce. It makes a lot of units not usable, and that's tough. So, we have Sisters of Thorn who have some bound spells. We have Zotes who have some bound spells. We have double Waystalker, both with the Arrows of Kurnos. We have Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips. It looks like 1 with Hagbane Tips, 1 without. Other than that, 3 Eternal Guards, 3 Dryads, and on the far side, Wild Riders with shields, along with the Sisters of Thorn we already saw. For the Beastmen of Houseplant, we have 2 Centaurs on one side, and 2 on the other side, also flanked by 2 Tuscarora Chariots. We have Gore Herds all up the center, along with some Ungor Spearman Herds on the side. We have 2 Ungor Raiders, Gore Bull, Torix the Brass Bull, and a Bray Shaman of Death with Spirit Leech and Aspect of the Dread Knight for that magic damage, just in case of the Arwar Great Stag Knights. Now it looks like the Wood Elves are trying to figure out their deployment position. Currently going for a bit of a vanguard attempt. And Hazel's being adorable. We all love Hazel. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her in the little corner. They're being so cute and sweet. Yes, she is. Alright. I'll focus. I promise. So Durthu is going to get a face full of Ungor right away, but that's maybe not the worst thing in the world for him. And we are off to the races. Glade Guard are going to fire because of fire at will, and they will immediately start hitting this unshielded Spearman Herd. They are not enjoying that, and Durthu will wander out of the woods. They're probably going to tear her up pretty quickly, honestly. Taking a lot of damage. Centaurs immediately charge into some Dryads, and they start taking a lot of damage for Houseplant. Now, the Tuscarors are going to roll right through the Dryads, no problem. They might even get on top of the Archers, but there are Zotes and Wild Riders back there to try to protect them. The entire Beastman army is trying to rotate. They're all trying to rotate and get over here, but it's tough. Their entire front line has collapsed at different times here. Curse of Onrear coming down yet again from Blood Penguin. Seems to love that spell. Really nerfing all the stats of these aggressive Centaurs. And 2 units of them are already running away. The Tuscarora Chariots are trying to surround Durthu, and I believe Durthu has fire weakness, and Torix the Brass Bull will do more damage to him than usual. Oh, and the Waystalkers friendly fire him with their Arrows of Kurnos because they came in here trying to hit Torix, but Torix charged into him at that exact time. So that did a lot of damage to Durthu. But now in this larger fight, the Flock of Doom upgraded. We finally get to see it. Flock of Doom upgraded comes in. There's so much damage coming down onto these Tuscarora Chariots. They're having a very bad time, but Gorbul will get it back on top of Durthu, and he will do just fine. Now, the Beastmen reinforcements are coming, and they're coming in hot. Ungor Raiders are both super uncontested, very free to fire. And now these Glade Guard of Blood Penguin have moved up to try to get away from these Centaurs, but there's still nothing that can really cover them. Looks like Wild Riders are trying to run out and help Sisters of the Thorn, actually. But they're very injured in here. And where are the Zotes? The Zotes have got to be in here, and they're going to be fighting, and they are. Gorbul has taken the beating mostly, and Torix is trying to fight, but it looks like Durthu's still at the same health he got at the start of this. 2 Ungor Raiders are firing in, doing a lot of damage to Durthu and all the things surrounding him, and both the Archers are quite disrupted. Ooh, this Glade Guard actually managed to pull away. Good for you, Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips. Beastmen are still up in the balance of power as the Wood Elf infantry is all getting massacred. Zotes are down to half health as the Ungor Raiders pour fire into their backs. You can see their health on the left-hand tooltip bar is just depleting super quickly, and they will immediately break. There's a mass rout coming in for the Wood Elves. They've lost a lot here. Torx Brassbull is down to half health, and Durthu is as well. But I think the Beastmen are in a great position. They still have infantry in reserve that can come up and protect these Ungor Raiders, and I think that's the name of the game for Houseplant right now, is just protect the Ungor Raiders, let them do the work, don't overextend into the melee. There are still some Zotes, there are still some Cav running around, some things you want to avoid. So best just defend your archers and pew-pew your way to victory. The true Skaven way. Well, Poppy's gone. Whee! Alright, camera's back with someone. Durthu is getting worked on by Torx the Brassbull, and he is returning fire, but Durthu is not winning this fight. His leadership is very low, and Torx's leadership is actually still doing quite well. With that, the balance of power goes pretty heavily against the Elves. Double Waystalker are still alive, but they can't carry this whole game on their backs. And, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. There are so many Beastmen left. 748 to 229. Army losses might even come in soon. There's so many units shattering. Durthu's running. Zotes are trying to fight their way back into this. They'll get on top of the Tuskor chariots. Maybe do some good work there, but it looks like they're trying to attack Torx rather than the Tuskors. And the Waystalkers are fighting. Blinking leadership bars for all the Wood Elves will pretty soon shatter. I'm guessing we're going to see all of this. These Eternal Guard are going to shatter. Yup. Good. Shock me sane. Curse of Whatever got a lot better this patch. Felt like a meme spell before. It was a meme spell before because it lowered accuracy. Accuracy, speed, and melee attack for a lot of Winds of Magic. But that will be it. That will be it. Houseplant will be our winner, our champion, the handsomest lad, the best, I don't want to say best boy, that's oddly familiar. The best person, the best human being, the best plant. Blood Penguin did fight well, got all the way to the finals, and had a good scrap. This last game was a bit of a blowout, but the first game between them was quite close. GG, well played. And that'll be it. Houseplant wins. You'll be our winner today. Good job. I'm tired. My voice is clearly running out. We've been casting for 3+ hours. 3 hours and 35 minutes. So I'm going to go to bed. You have a good night. You have a good night. Way in the back, you have a good night. No one else. No one else gets to have a good night besides the people I pointed at. All right. Take care, everybody. See you around.